Hello everyone! We're back again with Apollo Justice S. Attorney. Today we start the second case of the 6th game. That's right, the second one out of the many cases that are here. Will we beat it? Will we fail? Well, we're gonna beat it eventually, but can we win it goodly? We'll see. But yeah, hope everyone's doing good. I'll wait like a minute or two to get people in so someone can see the opening and not just me. I can look at the options real quick. Let's see. Vibration, subtitles, text skip, wait time. Should I change the language, guys? Maybe I should. Because I've always wanted to learn a new, and second thought, no, it's a bad idea. Alright, hey, Captain Chips. Shoot, something to make dinner. BBL. Alrighty. Well, I think we'll just start it, guys. Are you ready? If you have it open in the background, cool. Let's begin with the majestical magicals. Hey, Mafia babe, you're just in time. You just squeezed your way in to the opening of Case 2. The Magical Turnabout. Alice? What's Alice in Wonderland doing here? Who's this guy? Whoa! What game is this, guys? What game even is this anymore? Trucy!
Shame on you, Mr. Rias! No! You think magic was evil?
Cool. How was that for a magic show, guys, huh? Penrose Theater Stage. And that's how the evil magician Mr. Rius was defeated. Arrgh! Son of a See you for Act 2, everybody! Brava! Brava, Trucy! Oh, hi, Athena. Wow, Apollo, wasn't that a great trick? You bet. I've never seen such a great magic act. Did you know they even featured Trucy's show on TV this morning? Penrose Theater. Oh, of course. A well-known gateway to success for entertainers. It's okay, guys, because guess what? Give me a second. I knew this would happen. So, I have the magic of backups. There's my own magic trick, guys. Aren't you amazed and wowed? Okay. A well-known gateway to success for entertainers. It's here at this famous theater that we'll finally get to see. Trucy writes, Trucy in Grammaryland. The long-awaited revival of the magic of Troop Grammary. Troop Grammary. Remember that was a big thing, guys? Like a really big thing? Wow, that explains why there's a TV crew here to cover the show. This is the perfect opportunity to promote the Wright Anything agency too. After all, people look up things they see on TV, right? But wouldn't they be looking up the talent part and not the law part of our agency? Mamma mia, you're right. We get nothing but requests from Trucy's fans, wouldn't we? Oh well, guess we'll just have to make it the old-fashioned way. My name is Apollo Justice. I'm a rookie lawyer with only about 2 years of experience under my belt. We're here to see Trucy's magic show. She's a fellow member of our agency. We came on behalf of our boss, Mr. Wright, who's away on a trip. Ooh, and did you hear, Apollo? Even though it's only her debut, her shows are completely sold out. What? Really? That's amazing. Voila! A star is born. Who knows how far she'll get? At this rate, nothing in the world can stop us. Wahahaha. Yeah, you do realize this has nothing to do with you, right? This is Athena Sykes. She's another member of our agency. She may not look it, but at just 19 years old, she's a lawyer as well. What do you mean, she may not look it? Of course I look the part. Care to explain how exactly? Oh, come on, have a heart. Stop treating me like a child. That gadget around Athena's neck that spoke just now, that's Widget. Widget helps Athena out with her special field of expertise, analytical psychology. He also has a habit of blurting out whatever Athena's really thinking. Yeah, this little guy can be a little unruly at times. Hey, upgrade me already? Your attention, please. The show will restart after a 20-minute intermission. We ask that you please be back in your seats before the next act. Thank you. Hey, why don't we go say hi to Trucy in their dressing room during the break? Ooh, yes, let's go see the big star. I'm so nervous. What should I say to her? Whatever you usually say to her at the office every day? Hey, there's rabbits. And a burb. So this is Trucy's dressing room. Looks like she's busy over there with someone. Could you sign this, please, ma'am? Sure thing. Just the one sheet and this clipboard, right? A fan asked for Trucy's autograph, maybe? I don't think so. It looks like some kind of contract. Thank you very much. I'll get this to the producer right away. Great, thanks. Oh, Polly, Athena, you came. Of course. Congratulations on your big debut. Hee hee, thanks. Who was that just now, by the way? Somebody from Take-Two TV. They want to turn my magic show into a TV special. They're planning to broadcast it nationwide. Hee hee, can you imagine? Wow, you really are a big star. Hey, can I get your autograph later, Trucy? Sure, my signature's in high demand today. Would you like one too, Polly? Yeah, actually, I would. Oops, looks like I ran out of flyers, so I'll have to sign your forehead instead. Hey, knock it off. Look, just forget about the autograph. This is Trucy Wright. She's a magician and Mr. Wright's adopted daughter. She's becoming quite renowned in the magic world these days for her impressive skills. A lot of people get this wrong, but Apollo's actual job is being my magic assistant. No, you're the one who gets it wrong. Ooh, think you can do that trick you always do at the office for me, Trucy? Okay. Behold, the wondrous magic that can make anything disappear. 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! Mafia babe, they're back again. They're back. My magic panties are an extra-dimensional galaxy. Brava, Trucy, brava! Okay, but why do you always have to make my attorney's badge disappear? Well, that's because out of everyone at the Write Anything agency, you're the one I get the best reaction out of. Of course they are, yep. They'll never leave. That doesn't make my poor badge feel any better. Thanks again for inviting us, Trucy. Hee hee, thank you for coming. Your show sure packs a wallop. I nearly fell out of my seat with that dragon when that dragon showed up. And when it attacked you, woo! I was terrified, even though I knew it was all just a part of the show. That's good, because the trick is the crowning glory of Act 1. I'm really glad you're enjoying the show. I heard your shows are completely sold out, Trucy. They say your fans were all over the tickets the instant they became available, like hungry wolves going after their prey. Sounds like you've made a loyal pack of followers for yourself already, Trucy. But you two are the only ones who got a special VIP invitation from me. Today's just a dress rehearsal for the performers, staff, family, and friends. A general probe, huh? That's what they call it in Germany. The real show isn't until the day after tomorrow. By the way, are you going to finally do your magic panties trick on stage after the break? Sorry to disappoint anyone who came just to see my magic panties, but my next trick is completely new. I'm debuting it today. Ooh, a new trick, huh? Are you gonna chop Apollo up into little lawyer bits? Funny, I don't recall ever agreeing to anything like that. While this does sound like a good idea, today's trick is a totally new Troop Gramarye original. The entire future of the troop is riding on the success of this special new trick. How so? Yeah, what's the trick? This show is really important to me. It isn't like any of the other shows I've done. As the rightful heir to the Troop Gramarye repertoire of magic, this show is my first chance to unveil the tricks I've inherited. Troop Gramarye, huh? Yeah, I have a poster of them hanging right over there. Remember them guys? Remember Troop Gramarye? What's her name up there? Zach. What's his name? And wait, who's that guy on the left? And of course, Magnifi in the middle. It feels like it's been ages since I've seen a picture of them. Troop Gramarye was a group of magicians who dominated the magic world in their day. Trucy is the sole heir to the troop's entire repertoire of stage magic. Huh? Who's this guy in the green and purple on the left here? Oh, that's the great Mr. Reuse, the other magician in today's show. He used to belong to Troop Gramarye too, a long time ago. Hey, so tell us more about this special magic you're going to reveal today. It's a secret Troop Gramarye trick left behind by my late granddaddy, Magnifi Gramarye. It's never been performed before, so this is the first time it'll be seen by the public. The grand unveiling, huh? No wonder she's working so hard. Well, I better get going. Huh? Where to? To practice my act, of course. The show's only a few days away. You're really pushing yourself. Didn't you practice until late last night, too? Yep, because everything's gotta be just right. Trucy inherited all of Troop Gramarye's magic tricks from her father when he died. And the troop's entire legacy is now resting on her shoulders. No wonder she's feeling the pressure. It looks like everything's going well today, though. Does it show, No. Never mind. I mean, that last trick was perfect. Grace under pressure, that's me. After all, a true entertainer always keeps a smile on their face. That's a Troop Gramarye creed. It's hard to believe you've accomplished so much, even though you're still in high school. Hee hee, but to tell you the truth, I'm actually pretty nervous. Who wouldn't be? Oh, I bet this would do the trick. You'll be fine, Trucy. If anyone can do it, you can. Polly, that was just the boost I needed. Thanks. Apollo's fine sure has a way of really hitting you right in the heart and in the ears. Enough ragging on my voice already. Trucy! Oh, hi, Bonnie. Look at this person. It's almost time for the second act. Oh, okay, thanks. Well, Apollo, Athena, enjoy the rest of the show. Break a leg, Trucy. Thanks, I will. Cute. This Bonnie is cute. I hope her new trick goes well. Hey, this is Trucy we're talking about. She'll be fine. Oh, I wouldn't be so sure. Huh? Performing magic is like walking a tightrope. There's always an element of danger. One little mistake can even cost you your life, you know? I wonder if she'll make it across today. And what do you mean by that exactly? Hee hee. Oh, nothing. Now if you'll excuse me. A bun. Yep. A bunny named Bonnie. She's gone. What was that all about? Judging by what she said, I'm going to guess she's probably a magician too. Come on, Apollo. We're gonna get back to our seats now or we'll be late. Ow! Hey, stop pulling. Remember, Captain Chips, when you said Apollo and Athena wouldn't be in this game? They're here. Also, you forgot that the trilogy I'm playing is the Apollo Justice trilogy? Yes, silly. The Alice in Wonderland dress is not subtle. Nope, it's not. Was there a dragon in Alice in Wonderland, though? Okay, let's see. Guess it's time to move back to the stage. Stage. the stage. Hurry up, Apollo, it's about to start. I want to see what Trucy's next trick is. You're really wound up today, aren't you? Why don't you take your seat and try to relax? Whoa, look, there's a TV reporter over there. With a camera, TV, and everything. Oh yeah, baby. Athena, sit down, you're blocking people's view. Yeesh, I feel like I'm babysitting her here. Hello everyone, I'm reporting from the beautiful Penrose Theater. You know what I like about this game? This lovely stage. I want to see an act perform on here, like right now. With the checkerboard pattern it's set up, I bet a cosplay chess would be on this stage. In the Greater Alice in Wonderland canon, it was called the Jabberwock. Interesting. Where's that version? Where the public performance of Trucy in Gramarye Land begins in just 2 short days. How you doing today, Belle? It's good to see ya. But today, they very kindly agreed to give us a sneak preview. Isn't this exciting? Apollo, do you think I was on TV just now? How should I know? But if you were disgracing our entire agency. That's for sure. Hey, what the heck's that supposed to mean? Oh, here she comes, or here it comes. Let's watch, guys. Nah.
Now, give up your dastardly ways.
What?
Huh? Over here.
Mr. Hat?
Come now, Mr. Hat. Offer the girl's life up to Mr. Rias and bring him back to life.
Whoa.
What?
Just when and how did she make the switch?
You won't be reviving anyone today.
Cool. But no, you're not, Belle. You're good. Wow, that was amazing. I have no idea how she escaped that coffin. I'm glad Trucy's escape trick went off without a hitch. And when I open the coffin, like this, inside you see... Uh-oh. Mr. Ryus? But how? I wonder what's going on. He's not getting up. Eek! Trucy? Oh. What just happened? Whoa, man, an accident? Is, like, that guy dead? Wait, that's not part of the act? Attention, please. For your own safety, we ask that everyone please evacuate the building. What's going on? Is Trucy okay? Outside, everyone, evacuate immediately, please. Whoa, hey, stop grabbing at me. Trucy! Nearly got murdered by her own puppet. Yeah, looks like the puppet murdered someone else. They kicked us out. Hey, what gives? Will somebody please tell us what's going on? Poor Trucy. Hope she's okay. Hey, here comes that staff member from before. Your attention, please. We regret to inform you that today's show has been cancelled. What? But I was looking forward to the rest of it. We are very sorry, but the theater is on lockdown pending a police investigation. Excuse me, is it because of that accident? That man in the coffin? Is he? Well, we're still trying to figure things out, sir. But I can tell you that Miss Wright is fine. She wasn't injured, so please don't worry. Thank goodness she's okay. Hey, you there. Oh, hi. What the heck's going on here? They wouldn't even let me in. Me for crying out loud. Oh, Mr. Retins. There was an accident during the show. Retins, I think that's how you say that. An accident? Great. Just great. That's all I need right now. Yeah, do you have any idea how much money we're sinking into this program? And you are? The man behind the scenes? That's who. This is a fine kettle of fish, let me tell ya. Spinning is all this is gonna be. A real pain in my posture, believe you me. Spinning? As in covering it up? Look, I gotta get inside. Seriously, can I catch a break around here? Well, there he goes. Why don't we go back to the office for now? I'm sure Trucy will call us once things have settled down. Yeah, I guess you're right. Okay. Let's go. Get to watch your little cousin championships? Alrighty. I wish your cousin luck, Belle. He'll do awesome, alright? Beep. It's no use. I can't get a hold of Mr. Wright. I wonder if something happened to him in Karatin. Yeah, I think something happened to him, guys. Maybe he got caught up in some kind of trouble again, as always. Yeah, trouble's drawn to him like iron fillings to a magnet. Hey, Apollo, speaking of Karatin, they're showing something about it on TV right now. There's been some surprising news coming out of the Kingdom of Karatin. The country recently saw defense attorney Phoenix Wright win a not guilty verdict. The first verdict of its kind in 23 years. It's fine, Belle. I wish you luck with whatever you're doing. Mr. Wright won a trial in Karatin? Lawyers are said to be highly disrespected in the Kingdom of Karatin, so Mr. Wright's win was an upset victory amidst entrenched hostility. Wow, did you hear that? The first time in 23 years? Yeah, but what was he doing in court there in the first place? I thought he just went for a visit. So he was in some kind of trouble, just like we thought? Next, an update on the unfortunate accident that occurred at the Penrose Theater. Hey, now they're talking about the accident at Trucy's show. Famed magician the great Mr. Reuse was skewered with a sword and died on the spot. Oh no, so he really is dead. And now, here is the footage of that deadly moment. Why would they show that on TV? There's Bunny the Bunny. Oh! I saw something. Did you guys see something? Sheesh. They wouldn't show that on TV, though, would they? Mr. Reuse's body isn't visible in this footage, but these are still very shocking images. The magician, Trucy Wright, is reportedly still only a high school student. Could it be that this unfortunate accident happened due to a lack of proper training? Did the young magician have enough experience, preparation, and knowledge? Some might say that Troop Gramarye should be held accountable for this incident. They would. Okay. Hey, what kind of bias reporting is this? Yeah, they're making it sound like it's all Trucy's fault. Oh, we just received more breaking news. Oh my! The young magician in question, Trucy Wright, is now under arrest on the charge of involuntary manslaughter. What? We will keep you updated as this unfortunate tale unfolds. Stay tuned. Trucy's under arrest? She can't be. Apollo, we gotta do something. Yeah, let's get down to the detention center right away. But before I forget, I think I'll jot a few things down about the case. Just open up the court record with R, flip to the bottommost thing, do the thing, blah 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 blah. Well guys, we have our defendant for case 2. Hey Charlie. I just watered Charlie, so he's looking pretty perky. For a guy whose desk is always a big jumbled mess, Mr. Wright never forgets to water Charlie. Sometimes I catch him staring at that plant and smiling. Must hold some special meaning for him. Could be. He did say Charlie's been in this office since his first days as a lawyer. He doesn't seem to want to talk about it much, though. One thing's for sure, Charlie is no ordinary plant. That was important information there. To the detention center. Is this close enough, by the way, to Maya gets arrested again? Poor Trucy. What can we even say to her? Oh, Polly, Athena. Trucy, are you okay? I'm fine. Don't worry about me. We saw the news about the accident on TV. Guess I can't Houdini my way out of this one. I got arrested and everything. They say I'm the one who caused the accident. But that's not true, right? To be honest, I don't really know. I mean, I have no idea how an accident like that could have happened. The trick went off without a hitch, I'm sure of that much. Still, the police just won't listen to me. They've already decided that it was all my fault. I'm exhausted after all their questions. Should be told you expect the final trial to involve Maya? We'll see. I'm not gonna say. Looks like she's been able to hang in there at least. Yeah, she really is one tough cookie. I know you're tired, but can you tell us a little bit about the accident? Yes, of course. Go ahead and ask me anything. I'll be fine. Are you? Or will you, rather? Hey, Foursquare! You're sus now? Oh, why are you sus now? Don't be. Come on. For starters, can you help us understand what happened? In today's show, there was a dead body in the coffin. How did that happen? Was there some kind of accident? I don't really know. The coffin was supposed to be empty when I opened it, but instead, Mr. Reus's body was in there. That must have been a huge shock for you. You'll stop being sus? Oh, thank goodness. Save it for Saturday, Foursquare. Save sus for Saturday. But how you doing? It's good to see ya. And when the dragon set piece fell down at the end, was that an accident too? It must have been. I have no idea how or why that happened either. Nothing went the way it was supposed to. I still can't believe Mr. Reuse is actually dead. As tough as she is, this is obviously taking a toll on her. But how did Mr. Reuse's body get into the coffin in the first place? Trucy, we need you to tell us the secret of the trick. You know what they say, a magician never reveals her secrets. But I guess I should make an exception this time. But if you ever tell anybody, I'll make you my guinea pig for every single new magic trick from now on. Don't worry, I'm a lawyer, remember? Client confidentiality is part of my job. So let's call this trick Trucy's Great Escape. How did you get out of the coffin? Alright, here goes. I'll reveal the trick just for you two. Prepare yourselves for an exclusive explanation by magical girl Trucy Wright. There's a secret trapdoor in the stage that leads down to the understage passage. A trapdoor? So when did you slip down into the understage passage? Remember when Mr. Hat was on stage holding a sword next to the coffin? Well, by then, I had already escaped from the coffin and was waiting under stage. And while I was down there, I did several things to get ready for the next part. What technique? Okay, so what happened next? Mr. Hat was quickly raised up to the catwalk by a wire. There's a cushion up there that acts as a shock absorber when Mr. Hat hits it. Meanwhile, I pop back up onto the stage through a different trapdoor. And voila! The switch is complete. I had no idea all of that was happening. I was convinced that you were still in the coffin. That's what professional magicians do. They make their audience see something that isn't really there. In other words, you make us see illusions, right? We call it misdirection. While we keep you busy believing one thing, we're busy making something else happen. What we say is there really isn't, and what we say isn't there actually is. I get it. It's kind of like a magical bluff. But there's no escaping the fact that the victim's body was actually in the coffin. It wasn't empty like it was supposed to be. Yeah, that's the part I don't understand. The last thing in the world I expected to see in there was Mr. Ryu's. Could he have climbed in there by mistake? I should get back to asking Trucy about the accident. Can you tell us more about the victim? What's his name? His full name? Oh, it doesn't show. It just shows this guy. And Bonnie. Who exactly is this Mr. Ryu's? You said he used to belong to Troop Grammary, right? Wait, you don't know who the great Mr. Ryu's is, Apollo? He's super famous. He's all the people talk about on TV. Really? I just assumed he was one of Trucy's assistants. Wait, it this the dead, Apollo. So how did the two of you come to perform together, Trucy? Well, like I said, he used to be a member of Troop Grammary. He was the protege of my granddaddy, Magnify Grammary. So the TV station arranged for us to perform together this time because of that connection. Did he continue performing as a magician after he left Troop Grammary? No, he got injured while practicing for a show about 13 years ago. That's why he left the troupe. After that, he took a break from magic for a while. I'm pretty sure it's a recent thing, him getting famous again. I only started seeing him on TV again maybe last year. I had nothing but respect for Mr. Ryu's as a magician. I can't tell you how sad I am this happened. I can't imagine how traumatic it must be to have someone die during your big show. Oh, but hey, don't worry, I'm fine. I have to stay strong for my fans. Oh. Huh? My bracelet is reacting. People tend to unconsciously tense up when they try to hide something. And when I pick up on their distress, the bracelet around my wrist starts to feel tight. So I guess this means that Trucy's trying to hide something from me. Well, I guess I should give my bracelet a tap with X. Here we go. I can see things others can't. The slightest twitch, gesture, or change in expression. Yes, I can see it all when I'm concentrating intensely like this. And when people are feeling nervous, they sometimes reveal a certain habit or tell. I'll just shift my viewpoint and round until I find Trucy's tell. Okay, I think I found her telltale's tell. Now to listen carefully to every word and see what she gets shifty-eyed over. Then I'll perceive X when she seems nervous about getting to the bottom of things. Don't worry. I'm fine.
Gotcha!
Come on, Trucy. You should know by now that you can't hide anything from me. Don't tell me that your bracelet reacted. Yep. And here I thought my smile was going to do the trick. Looks like I broke the first rule of being a magician. A true entertainer always keeps a smile on their face, right? I remember hearing you say that before. That's right. It's a Grammary motto that my daddy used to say before he passed away. I'll never forget it. It's one of the few precious memories I have of him. But you can't keep everything inside, Trucy. You'll burst. Why don't you tell me what's bothering you? I can't. If I did, you wouldn't believe in me anymore. Give me a second, guys. Someone decided to work on heavy machinery outside. You wouldn't believe in me anymore. That's not true. And as an entertainer, you believe in always keeping a smile on your face. And as a lawyer, I have a belief that's important to me as well. It's my stage diagram. No, my attorney's badge.
Take that!
Your attorney's badge? I swore on this badge that I would always believe in my client to the bitter end. That's the cornerstone of being a good lawyer. Mr. Wright taught me as much. So no matter what you tell me, I'm going to keep on believing in you, Trucy. All I ask is for you to have a little faith in me, too. Alright, thanks, Polly. The truth. Polly, what if I made a mistake? What do you mean? What if it really was me who stabbed Mr. Ryu's? What makes you say that? Well, in my escape trick, I used both a real sword and a rubber sword. I switched the real sword for the rubber sword just before I stab it into the coffin. So even if somebody had been in there, the rubber sword shouldn't have hurt them. But Mr. Ryus was found dead in his coffin. I know, it just doesn't make any sense. I know I swapped the swords. Absolutely sure? Positive. I practiced that trick hundreds of times with no mistakes. I remember very clearly swapping the swords this time too. But could I have made a mistake this time? Could she really have? Well, I'd better get going. Huh? Where to? To practice my act, of course. The show's only a few days away. You're really pushing yourself. Didn't you practice until late last night, too? Yep, because everything's gotta be just right. But maybe I really did kill Mr. Ryus. Trucy. The worst possible mistake I could make. Such a horrific accident right in the middle of my show. And yet, all I can think about is, now that this has happened, Troop Gramarye will get its performance rights pulled. There'll never be another show. Everything my family's worked so hard for will be gone forever. And poor Mr. Ryus had his whole life and great career ahead of him. I ruined everything. I destroyed it all. I took it all away. Poor Trucy. Polly, I'm ready to pay for what I did. Trucy, I don't think you did anything wrong. You don't? I've had one question going through my mind this whole time. Was this accident really your fault? What do you mean? I don't have any proof or anything. It's just, I don't think you'd ever make a mistake like that. Apollo, I saw how hard you worked on your tricks, staying up late every night to practice. And I know you. You always get everything picture perfect. Nobody's perfect all the time. Still, I think something else caused Mr. Ryus's death, not any mistake of yours. After all, you're sure you swapped the swords, right? Yes, I remember doing it. Then I just know it wasn't your fault, Trucy. But, how can you say that? You don't have any proof it wasn't me. I mean, I know you're a great lawyer, Polly, but I believe in you, Trucy, and I believe in your skills as a professional magician. So I'm going to prove your innocence. Don't worry, you're going to be fine. Sniffle. Aww. Thank you, Apollo. Thank you for believing in me. I'm going to believe in you too. Good. I'm sorry. I need a tissue. Sniffle. I've never seen Trucy cry like this before. She always seems so strong, but maybe sometimes she's just putting on a brave face. She's still just a kid after all. So, I have to ask to make it official, but will you let me defend you? Yes! I'm counting on you. I don't want to have to cancel this show on its opening day. Right, she seems fine now. Sniffle, Trucy, let's win this trial together, Zob! Unlike some people. Well, we'd better get right to investigating. Come on, Athena, wipe that nose and let's go. Excuse you, do you see any snot on my face, Apollo? Yeesh, talk about an emotional roller coaster. We'll need to investigate the stage at this Penrose Theater where the body was found. Yeah, I hope no one will try to stop us. If you're going to the Penrose Theater, can I ask you a favor? Of course, what is it? I left a very special notebook behind in my dressing room. Sure, we can pick it up for you. That notebook is really, really important to me. I don't know what I'd do if anybody read it. Well, I wonder what's in it. The notebook is in my blue handbag on the table. It's big and black. You can't miss it. Thanks in advance. And with that, I've gotta go. It seems they've got more questions for me. Alright, see you later, Trucy. The questions being, how did you do that magic trick? So, should we investigate the stage first or go get the notebook? How about instead, we just go to the Penrose Theater? I know, Athena's a big crybaby, ain't she? What a big baby. The person you are trying to call is not available. After the tone, please recall. Beep. Arg, I've tried calling Mr. Wright 100 times, but he never picks up. We've left him some voicemail, so he'll probably call once he gets them. He's going to flip out when he hears what happens to Trucy. Hey, this is the place, the theater where that magical murder happened. Oh yeah, wonder if they brought the dead body out yet. Here they already arrested the murderer. They say it's a young girl. Yeah, a high school student. Can you believe it? Kids these days. What's with all the curious bystanders? They sure are kicking up a fuss. How dare they call Trucy a murderer? They've got some nerve. We can't let people think that about her. We have to defend her. Apollo, is that you? She's back. Emma? It's sure been a while. How have you been? Oh, can't complain. I haven't seen you in ages. Let it be known, guys, this is the new detective for this game once again. Bobby has been retired, and Emma's back. Emma is not usually in the best of moods, so I never quite know what to do or say around her. Well, we have some business to take care of, so I guess we better get going. Hey, wait a minute. What? Was it something I said? You're darn right it's something you said. What's with your brushing me off like that? You got heaps to catch up on. After all we've been through, you're not still mad at me about something, are you? Yep, it's Emma. She's back. Sorry, I didn't mean to upset you. Who's this, Apollo? A distant cousin or something? No, Emma's a detective I've had the, pleasure of working with before. Hello, I'm Emma Skye, forensic investigator. What? So you're finally a fully fledged forensic investigator? Yeah, I finally achieved my lifelong dream. Look, I even have an official forensic investigator armband and everything. That's great, Emma. I bet the exam was really hard, huh? Oh, it was a cinch. Really? 'Cause I thought you said something about fulfilling it over and over. Well, never mind that. The important thing is, I'm not a plain old detective anymore, so no more boring old investigations for me. I'm so happy I could hug the whole world. Coming from you, that's really something. Criminals beware. Fingerprinting, luminol testing, DNA analysis. Emma Skye is raring to go, so bring it on. Well, I guess it's goodbye grumpy clouds and hello fantastical sun. She's very cheerful, isn't she? Is it because of the weather or something? She sure wasn't like this before. She was pretty frustrated back when she was assigned to the Criminal Affairs Department, and she was always munching on chocolate snackoos to relieve her stress. Snackoos and stress are a thing of the past. I've said goodbye to both of them, and may you never have to see either again. By the way, are you two here because of the murder? Murder? Don't you mean the accident? Oh, then I guess you haven't heard. The case is being treated as a straight-up homicide now. What? Just so you know, I heard that the prosecution is going to argue tomorrow that Trucy outright murdered Mr. Ryus. What? Are you kidding? They're treating it as a murder? Emma, please tell us everything you know. Of course, anything to help Trucy. What the heck, guys? Why is the case being treated as a homicide now, and not involuntary manslaughter? Well, apparently, there's something that proves it was straight-up homicide. Well, that's vague. Do you know anything of any of the details? No, I'm afraid that's all I was told. Really? How come? Well, because the lead prosecutor is kind of a hard guy to read. Though maybe it's just a cultural gap thing. Anyway, he's not one to really share his thoughts. Wait, what do you mean by culture gap? I mean that he's a foreigner, so his way of going about things is different. So who exactly am I up against tomorrow? Congrats on finally becoming the forensics investigator you always wanted to be. Thanks, I failed that exam so many times, but I finally did it. I can finally use my forensics kit openly, whenever I want. Oh yeah, you used to have a stealth user kit you sent away for. Oh, I still use that one too, but now it's more of a hobby kit. It's important to have hobbies too, you know. So basically, nothing's changed. Are you kidding? I don't have to worry about getting in trouble for taking fingerprints for fun now. It's positively life-changing. I can take all the prints I want. Are you sure you're allowed to do that? Sure, I'm sure. I've been collecting all the prints I've taken into a personal database. Now hold out your hand. I need to get your prints too. Just promise me you won't use them for evil. I can't believe she took my prince too, Apollo. Chief Prosecutor Edgeworth has been reorganizing the prosecutor's office lately, and as part of that effort, he's gotten rid of a lot of corrupt prosecutors. So the prosecutor's office is looking pretty empty these days. And that's how a foreign prosecutor got assigned to this case? That's part of it, yes. We were short on prosecutors, and this guy just happened to be visiting. And what's the purpose of his visit? Well, some insurgents from the kingdom of Karatin are thought to be hiding out here. As an international prosecutor, he apparently came to investigate the matter personally. So he's from the kingdom of Karatin? That's right, he's also a Karanis monk. A monk? So how did he get assigned to this particular case anyway? It seems he's very devoted to furthering his studies as a prosecutor. Wanted to learn how crime scenes are investigated here, so he just showed up. So he was just curious, huh? He looked the entire crime scene over quite earnestly, and just as everyone else was ready to call it a case of involuntary manslaughter, this is most certainly a murder, the cruel act of an impure soul. That's what he said, just like that. Then he volunteered himself as the prosecutor for this case. With the shortage of prosecutors right now, the prosecutor's office was glad to have him. So Trucy was arrested for murder all because of this guy, huh? I have to say, he's definitely not your typical prosecutor. He says court is where a victim receives their last rites. Where the truth is revealed, the criminal is judged, and the victim's soul sees salvation. Receiving last rites in court allows the victim to finally rest in peace, or so he claims. So, to him, a trial is like performing funeral rites for the victim, huh? That's certainly a unique way of looking at it. His name is Nayuta Sadmadi. What? Nayuta Sadmadi? I'm probably saying that name wrong. That's right. What, do you know him or something? Oh, I guess you could say I've heard of him. Yeah, well, he is pretty famous. Really? Yes, they say he travels the world solving difficult cases after difficult case. When there is a hard case to crack, he's called in to prosecute it. Wow, sounds like he's going to be tough to beat. Little fun fact, guys. This prosecutor's more dangerous than Blackwell. I can't believe this. I have to stand in court against him? He seems like a very kind and gentle person, though. He's very polite and understanding to everyone he talks to. Huh? So he's a pretty agreeable guy, then? Yeah, he's bound to see what kind of person Trucy really is. But don't they hate defense attorneys in Karatin? Would he even listen to what we have to say? I don't see why not. He certainly seems like the type of person who would. Even so, don't you think you could do us a favor, Emma? Could you tell Prosecutor Sadmadi about Trucy, about what a good person she is? Of course. Leave it to me. I'll make him understand there's no way Trucy could have committed murder. Hope he listens to reason. Me too. This is looking pretty bad, Apollo. They're calling it a murder, and they've even got proof. What are we gonna do? Look on the bright side, that's what. Bright side? What bright side? Well, the good thing about there being proof is that it has to point to the real killer. We can find out who that is. We can prove Trucy's innocent. Oh, hey, you're right. Which means our objectives are clear. We have to find two things. Proof of Trucy's innocence, and evidence of the true culprit's identity. You know what, Apollo? You're starting to give me a glimmer of hope. And that means there's only one thing to do. Emma, would it be alright if we investigate the scene? If I say no, you'd just do it behind my back anyway, right? Would I do something like that? Guess the jig is up. Oh, alright, but I'd better come along. Who knows what sort of mischief you'd get up to if I'm not there to keep an eye on you. Mischief? Sounds like Emma trusts you about as far as she can throw you, Apollo. He has to be... He has been known to move things around at the scene of a crime. You know? And what about you? You used to do all kinds of things, a forensic tests on things without permission. There's nothing wrong with that. After all, forensics is always on the side of justice. How is that even remotely fair? Well... Guess, nope, no more need to talk. Let's move to, I guess, the dressing room, huh? The dressing room looks just like the way it did before the incident. All these items look kind of lonely without their owners. We have to find Trucy's notebook for her. Let's see. She said it would be in her blue handbag on the table, right? We should see what else we can check out while we're here. Alright. Right there. There's the notebook. BRB, you're gonna fix Wi-Fi? Alrighty, Mafia babe. No problem. Oh, there's that handbag Trucy was talking about. I feel a little funny about digging around in a girl's purse. I guess it's okay to open it. After all, she did ask us to. But not you, Apollo. Let me do it. Let's see. Huh? No, not this. What's this? Oh, wow. She has... Oh, Trucy, you are bad. What is it? I want to see too. That's funny. She said it was a black notebook, right? But there's nothing like that in here. Maybe Trucy was wrong about where she left it. Let's keep looking around for it. What's this? A script of the show? It says Bonnie, so it must belong to that bunny assistant we saw in the show. Mr. Reuse transforms into a dragon, Trucy's hat trick. Bonnie teleportation trick and Trucy's escape trick. Mr. Reuse's fire trick. This will be dangerous. Make sure the fire bucket is ready. You and I got to see the first two parts up to the end of the 10:20 a.m. segment, but this Mr. Reuse's fire trick, we didn't get to see that part. Yeah, because they canceled the show after the accident. Hey, there's a note about the fire trick. This will be dangerous. Make sure the fire bucket is ready. Come to think of it, when Mr. Reuse turned into a dragon, it breathed fire, didn't it? Coin tricks and fire tricks were Mr. Reuse's specialities. Maybe they had some big finale planned, where Mr. Reuse and Trucy would face off in a grand magical showdown after his revival. Well, cool. Look at all this stuff. I bet it belongs to that bunny assistant we saw in the show. Wow, that's a lot of stuff. Does she really need all of that? I mean, I don't think I've ever seen so much makeup. When it comes to sheer number of items, your desk back at the office isn't any better. Those things are the natural accumulation of 2 years of work, and they're all necessary. Really? Instant noodles and crackers? Of course, I need those for when I have to stay at the office all night preparing a case. And the comics book too? Oh, of course I need those too. Maybe these days are super realistic and informative, and I need them for research. Uh-huh, I see. So you need to research street fighting and the funnies, do you? Yeah, seems reasonable. Look at all these costumes. I bet they're all Trucy's. Oh, could you tell by the scent? Are you like some kind of bloodhound or something? I'm her assistant, not her pet. Ha 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 ha. Oh, these are from Prosecutor Gavin. Roses, huh? How like him. Pretentious. They might be pretentious, but you know what? He makes it work. Apollo, I've noticed this for a while now, but you get awfully prickly when it comes to Prosecutor Gavin. You think so? I mean, don't hate him just because he's beautiful. That's not it at all. Gavin. Yep, even Gavin gets a little reference. Hey, Stars over Hyrule. How was your stream earlier? How was Stardew? Hope it was good and awesome and stuff. Huh? Aren't these Ninetales flowers? You know, those flowers that only grow in Ninetales Vale? Oh my goodness, you're right! There's a card here and a letter to go with it. The card says, "Good luck, Trucy," from Damien and Jinxie Tenma. Mayor Tenma and Jinxie, huh? What does the letter say? Let's see. Oh, there's a message for you in here too. Please tell Mr. Demon Lawyer I said thank you for everything. Thanks to him, I overcame my fears and now I'm not afraid of yokai anymore. And guess what? I've even become friends with yokai like Itan Moiman and Kanaki Jiji. No matter what happens, I guess she'll never grow out of her demon obsession. It was good, got 8 days. That's pretty good. 8 days is pretty dang good. Also a 25 watch streak. How do you do it? My gosh. Oh, look at the adorable little bunnies! Rabbits, huh? Used to have a pet rabbit. Really? You? You sure don't look the type. What do you mean? What's wrong with me having a pet rabbit? Aren't people who have rabbits as pets usually the quiet, sensitive type? Well, pardon me for being so loud and insensitive. Yeah. I say we take a look through Mr. Ryus's things too. Hey, is that a notebook sticking out from behind his briefcase? You're right, it's practically screaming, "Over here, look at me." Do you think it could be... Oh wow, Athena! Our hunch was right, it's Trucy's notebook. What's it doing mixed in with Mr. Ryus's stuff? Good question. It's locked. I guess that means we can't read it. Wonder what kind of secrets are in there to make her want to lock it. A girl her age needs her privacy. Besides, everybody has a secret or two they don't want others to know about. If there's anything in there about kisses or crushes, I think Mr. Wright would cry. Trucy put some posters up, I see. Oh, here's one of Troop Gramarye. Troop Gramarye, Magical Menagerie, huh? Looks like a bunch of folks dressed in outfits, a bit too gaudy for their age if you ask me. But isn't that pretty much how all the best magicians dress? Was Troop Gramarye really such a big deal back in the day? I guess so. Everybody in the country knew them back then. They had great tricks, like making a building disappear, or escaping a safe drop from a helicopter. Wow, I was in Europe at the time, so I had no idea. But if even you knew about them, then they must have been really, really famous. I used to see them a lot on TV. I think it was back when I was in junior high. This one in black was the original leader of Troop Gramarye, Trucy's grandfather. His name was Magnifique Gramarye. The one in pink with the mustache, that's Zach Gramarye, Trucy's late biological father. Oh, and look, there's Mr. Ryus. So this poster's from back when he was a member of Troop Gramarye, huh? Trucy said he left the troop after he was injured during a show or something, right? Yay! Well, we've examined just about everything, I think. Looking through other people's stuff was so thrilling, like I'm doing something naughty. I know what you mean. Just don't go poking around in my things at the office. Why? What do you have to hide? I don't think I like how her eyes lit up all of a sudden. Anyway, we better get this notebook to Trucy. Okay. You're back. Welcome back, Mafia babe. You're just in time. We're gonna deliver the notebook to Trucy. A mysterious locked notebook. I wonder if there's anything about me in there. Like the one time I ate her pudding. I wonder if she was mad at me for doing that. Don't worry. If there's one thing I know about Trucy, it's that she's more mature than some people I know. Oh, Foot Meat Mouth awarded. Lol, I got an award. Okay, Trucy's not here. Let's go to the stage. Alright, let's get down to investigating, shall we? Just make sure you don't move anything or I'll get in big trouble. Fine, I promise. To only move the things I have to. Well, I have my own investigation to conduct, but let me know if you need anything. It's been a while since we've done any investigating. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's dive right in. You do remember how to do this, right? You don't? I can give you a quick rundown. Should I have Athena give me a rundown? No. Hey, Angel Love, what's up? How you doing today? Welcome to case number 2 of Apollo Justice Phoenix Wright Spirit of Justice Ace Attorney game. Don't worry about me in there. I've got it all locked away in the vault up here. Good, and I'm sure it'll all come back to me too, so as we go along. Wait, wasn't that you who just offered to give me a rundown? Yeah, goofy goober. This is what they call a set piece. It's a piece of onstage scenery. I suddenly fell down after the body was revealed, if I remember correctly. Just as the brave heroine screams, the spell on the dragon breaks. Losing its wings, the dragon falls to the ground. The moment marked the collapse of Trucy's magical kingdom. Magic, huh? Yeah, sure. The timing was so perfect, I bet genuinely surprised if it was magic. You're good. Welcome to, the case. Welcome to the second one. Emma, can I ask you a question? Shh, this is the best part. She won't even look this way. Oh, what a great prince, another set for my collection. Hee hee hee. She's, certainly seems to enjoy her work, doesn't she? Angel of Emma Sky is back. She's here. We have one of these in the office too, don't we? Yeah, that poor magic prop we use as a shelving unit. I kinda like to see Trucy perform this trick sometime. Well, we both know that you'll be the one in the box if she ever did. I feel bad for the prop, but I can't say a shelving unit in that case. Poor, prop or whatever. Oh, I've seen something like this before. It's like the game where you stick swords into a barrel until a little man pops out. Huh, doesn't sound like any game I've ever heard of. Really? It's pretty famous in Europe. Did you have anything to play with as a kid? Oh, you know us simple Americans. Happy with just a hoop and a stick. A hoop and a stick. Well, there it is. So this is the coffin the dead body appeared from. I actually haven't examined that yet. Would you two mind giving me a hand? No sweat. Trucy said the coffin was supposed to be empty when she stabbed it. But, so how did the victim even get in here? There. I bet there's a secret door or something. It sure is an oddly shaped thing, isn't it? Who knew it could unfold into something like this? Well, I heard that since it's used for magic tricks, the left and right panels are made to be interchangeable. How's that help with magic tricks, though? I have no idea. I'm sure they'll make use of it in some way we can't even imagine. Right. A white outline, huh? So this is where the body was. What exactly did it look like just after the incident occurred, I wonder? Oh, I have the photo of the crime scene. Here you go. Oh wow, it's like he was stabbed in the back. Yes, that's definitely what killed him. What's this thing around his waist? It's a stunt harness. A stunt wire can be attached to it so the person can float and fly through the air. Come to think of it, he, did fly in Act 1, didn't he? What about the middle? Wait a minute. It looks like the bottom of the coffin opens too. Ooh, a secret door. Let's try opening it. Well, look at that. It seems to lead to someplace under the stage. That's right, it goes to the understage passage. It's pitch black down there. Hold on, I think I see something glowing faintly. It's hard to make anything out from up here. If you're trying to go down there, the magicians will get mad at you. Apparently there are things down there that will give away the secrets behind their trick. Well, that sucks. It's all right there, and we can't even check it out. Definitely going to have to examine that understage passage at some point, though. Well, there you have it. Apollo, look! There's a secret door in the back panel of the coffin. Do you think Mr. Ryus could have entered the coffin through there? If he could have done it without Trucy noticing, then maybe. It's like two magicians trying to out-magic one another right under each other's noses. Huh. What about this thing? There's a sword here. It's covered in blood. Must be the murder weapon. Trucy said she was sure she switched it out with the rubber sword. Unfortunately, this one certainly doesn't look like it's made of rubber. Hey Emma, were there any fingerprints on the sword? Let's see. According to my data, no prints were found, but there could be because the culprit wiped them off. Come to think of it, Trucy was wearing gloves during the show, so she certainly wouldn't have left any prints either. Well, fudge. Something isn't right. It just doesn't make any sense. What's the matter, Apollo? You're making that weird thinking face again. How did what should have been a rubber sword get switched with a metal one? Plus, the timing of that dragon set piece falling down? Wasn't that just a little too convenient? Nah, it's crazy. Something just isn't sitting right. Ground control to Major Apollo. Ground control to Major Apollo. Can you hear me, Major Apollo? Athena, I think I've got it. I think somebody switched Trucy's rubber sword for the metal one. Huh? To pin the murder on her. Someone switched the swords? But when could they have done that? When everyone was too busy to notice. Somebody could have switched Trucy's rubber sword with a metal one. Before... Alright. Not sure. But maybe... During. During Trucy's trick, maybe? And how would they have done that? Well, they would just, if I knew how they did it, I could be a magician too. In other words, you have absolutely no idea. I think it would be pretty hard to switch them during a trick. Well, in that case, right before. They could have switched the swords right before Trucy's trick. What? But wouldn't that mean Trucy herself stabbed the victim with the metal sword? Exactly, and that's why it couldn't have been right before Trucy's trick. Very good, Athena. You managed to avoid my little trap. Apollo, do you really think you can pull the wool over my eyes so easily? There's no fooling you, is there? As usual. No idea. I guess after the set piece fell, everybody in the audience was kicked out of the theater. In the ensuing chaos, somebody could have carried out a cover-up operation, and any one of the stagehands or show personnel could have done it before the police arrived. So what you're saying is, somebody's actively trying to frame Trucy for the crime. Yes, some disgusting individual is trying to get away with murder. So it's someone related to the show. There's definitely a very high chance of that. Now, if we could just figure out who it is. Well, who is it? Huh? Wow, the dragon is a lot more handmade than I expected. Yeah, well, I can't tell you how many hours I put into that freaking thing. What? You made it? She had me help put it together, you know, as her assistant. She has on you wrapped around her little finger, doesn't she? Trucy's smile has some kind of magical power that makes it impossible to say no. I know. It's almost like they were related or something. But that's just crazy. I guess that's it here, or maybe not. It's Mr. Hat! Of course. Mr. Hat was on stage, actually, Stars Over Hyrule. So it could be. Oh hey, this is a curtain. I wonder what's behind it. The backstage area. There's magic equipment and stuff like that back there. I'll open it and crack it and check it out later. You weren't thinking of opening that curtain, were you? Who, me? Would I ever do a thing like that? Rats, guess I'll have to ask her to open it for me later. Rats. Rats. Oh. Camera. That video camera is pointed right at the stage. I wonder what it recorded. I want to take a peek, but Emma would. Wow, this residue data is so fascinating. Hee. She's so fixated on that bloodstain data, her eyes are getting bloodshot. Quick, Apollo, while Emma's off in the forensics for Fantasyland. Let's see what's recorded on the camera. See? See, Stars? There he is. He's right there. He's actually right there. There's that bunny girl. And then, poof. You guys saw that, right? You guys saw something on, it rose up. And then Mr. Hat turned into Trucy. Man, these camera angles stink. help. It's the same video we saw on TV where you can't see the body at all. Apollo, did you notice a strange shadow in that footage? No, why? I don't think it was my imagination, but I'm pretty sure I saw something. A strange shadow, huh? I wonder what it was. Let's see, what else do we need to do on this stage? Emma, did you find any fingerprints on the coffin? Actually, I haven't checked yet. I was going to do that in the end. I like to save the best for last. We aren't exactly talking about a desert here. Dessert. Oh, but we are. Would you like to partake in my delicious dessert? I don't mind sharing. Oh, yes, please. There's always room for dessert, right? Alright, I guess I'll join you too. So, could you show us how do you check for prints, Emma? Sure. Let's start with the basics. As you know, fingerprints are an excellent way of identifying someone. That's because no two people have the same set of fingerprints, not even twins. So if we find any prints on the coffin, they might lead us to the killer. If the culprit was dumb enough to leave prints behind, sure. Let's go ahead and dust for prints now. Yay! Let's see. This looks like a promising spot. Try dusting the area with fingerprint powder. Move the cursor around and keep pressing A until it's thoroughly covered in powder. When you're done, you blow with X to get rid of the excess powder. The powder in the bottle is all we have to work with. If you run out, try blowing on the area. Any excess powder will be returned to the bottle. Alright, I think I'm ready to give it a try. This is a little bit different than before, huh? Poof, 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 poof. Below! Prints. We found prints. We found some prints? Look like the fingerprints of somebody's left hand. Now let's try comparing those with the ones we have on file. First, switch to Analyze mode with L to select the print. Next, select the print you want to analyze and confirm it with A. How about that one? I've got a pretty clear print here. I wonder whose it is. I have the print of everyone involved in the case right here. Just choose the person whose prints you would like to compare the sample against. Well, the last person who was in the coffin was... I guess, the great Mr. Ryu's. These look the same to me. Yay! Bingo! Looks like the prints belong to the deceased Mr. Ryu's. Well, if we found prints here, maybe we can find them elsewhere on the coffin too. Guess I'll try dusting for more prints. Like here, right? Alright, analyze mode. There, I found some. These prints are apparently Mr. Ryu's too. Shall we try looking for these prints on the outside of the coffin now? Yes, let's. This time you'll be able to rotate the coffin and look at it from different angles. That'll give you a chance to examine it thoroughly. You can use to turn the coffin in any which way you'd like, and holding R while using will let you jump right to where the action is. If I get confused, you can always reset things with R. Okay, and if I find any prints, I'll choose one to run against your data, just like before. Oh my gosh. What about right on the hole? Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. What's this? Oh. This might take me a second, guys, so bear with me. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a blippity bloopin' minute, guys. I found another print. Judging from its position and location, it might be made when someone put the lid on the coffin. Let's see now. There was one part during the show when someone put this lid on after Trucy had gotten into the coffin. Therefore, the print should belong to... Aha! We did it, guys. We have our murderer. It's Bonnie. I should have known. Looks like the print belongs to that bunny girl. Come to think of it, she did put the lid back on the coffin during the show. It's probably where she left her print on the lid. Now then, I wonder if I can find any more prints. This is probably the other side. Analyze. Officer, when the lid was placed on the coffin, which means it must belong to that bunny assistant too. Switch to dusting. What about on the back of the box? I might have some trouble finding the spots. So maybe... Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute here. Analysis. There, I got a print. Alright, I'll just check it against my data. Huh, that's funny. Doesn't match the prints of anyone involved in this case. Really? None of them? How can that be? Looks like that's about all the prints we're going to find. To sum everything up, the prints we found belong to the victim, Mr. Ryu's, the bunny assistant Bonnie, and some third unidentified person. But that's strange. We didn't see anybody else up there on that stage during the show. Does that mean some outsider was up there? Someone unrelated to the show? I guess we can't really say at this point. Well, thank goodness we didn't find any of the Trucy's fingerprints, right? But that's only because Trucy was wearing gloves. Hey Emma, there's something else that's been bothering me about the prints. Don't you think there's something odd about Mr. Ryu's prints? Odd? What's odd about them? Well, if Mr. Ryu's was standing in the coffin facing forward, he would have left prints like this, right? But when we look at the actual prints, they're facing backwards. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Hey, what do you know? You're right. I wonder how they wound up like that. Maybe he was accidentally facing the wrong way at first, but then turned around later. No, the coffin is much too small for a guy his size to turn around in. Above all, he would have been able to manage just maybe a little bit of twisting, and it really doesn't make any sense, does it? I think I might have hit on something major here. Oh, I have just one more question, Emma. Oh, yeah? What is it? Mr. Ryu's was stabbed in the back, right? But if he was standing in the coffin like this, how would that have worked? Alright, the lead prosecutor has an explanation, actually. He thought that the victim might have tried to dodge the sword as it came into the coffin. So maybe he twisted his body and the sword ended up stabbing him in the back. That's his theory, anyway. I see. I guess that sounds plausible. Well, I guess that's about wraps up our investigation of the stage. Actually, there's still the area behind that curtain. Don't you want to know what's back there? Sure do, but Emma told us not to move or touch anything, remember? Would you quit staring at me? Fine, I'll go open it for you. Wow, look at you flaunting your lady killer eyes. I have my ways. I'm only doing this so I won't get charged with animal abuse for not throwing you a bone. I guess puppy eyes can be just as effective. Alright, I'll be back. Wow. Do you guys see what I see? Well, go on and investigate to your heart's content, but before you go moving anything, I know, we'll make sure to ask first. Oh, by the way, just examine the backstage to move to the area beyond the curtain. Okay, time to get investigating. Time to get investigating. See the stage the way kind of breaks the illusion, doesn't it? Just goes to show that some things are better left unseen. Oh, listen to you, sounding all grown up and stuff. Don't worry, I'm sure you'll have some cynical one-liners of your own someday too. Oh boy, I can't wait. Anyway, on to more pressing matters. Let's go examine the backstage area. Well, well, well. It's a step ladder. It looks like this ladder leads to the catwalk overhead. Do I really have to go up there? Why don't you go up and check it out, Athena? I'm sure you'll like the air up there. Huh? What in the world? Where in the world did you get that idea from? Wait a minute. You saying I'm an airhead? How rude can you get? That's not what I'm saying at all. Now up you go. I'll just wait down here. Okay, now I'm starting to get the picture. You're afraid of heights, aren't you, Apollo? Come on now. This is for Trucy. She needs us, so up the catwalk we go. What? Up the catwalk. Well, I guess it's time to put on my big boy pants. Whee! Wow! Are you alright, Apollo? You're white as a sheet. I'm fine. Don't look down, Justice. Don't look down. Those green things over there look like cushions. I guess one of them was used to absorb the force of impact when Mr. Het zipped into it. Let's go check it out. Way over there? I see a dead body, guys. Do you? What's that? Look, Apollo, it's Mr. Hat. He's attached to a wire. Actually, didn't Trucy say something like... They quickly raised Mr. Hat up by wire into a cushion on the catwalk. Maybe the stagehands pulled Mr. Hat up and left him here afterwards? That wire attached to his back. Looks like it's connected to one of the winches down below. Huh? Mr. Hat's cape is ripped. Did that happen during the show? That's odd. It almost looks like it was slashed with a blade. How in the world did that happen? Oh no. Apollo, I see that you're trying to take this all in stride, and I respect that. But seriously, you're trembling like a newborn fawn up here. Get it together, man! I can't help it. Anything else? Probably, but... Bunny. These set pieces look like a rabbit and a moon, although they kind of look like they could be a duck and a croissant, too. What do they look like to you, Apollo? The Grim Reaper and a guy falling to his death. Come on, let's wrap up this investigation before your imagination catches up to you. Poor Apollo. Wow, that's a big pulley. Looks like it's connected to one of the winches down below. The dragon set piece must have been hanging from this. Well... Hey, look! There are cushions attached to the underside. Well, what are you standing way over there for? Come on over and look. You're not gonna try and push me off, are you? Seriously, Apollo? Come on, you'll be fine. Here, do you want me to hold on to your hand? Yes, actually, if you wouldn't mind. Looks like you're right. And Trucy mentioned something about this, didn't she? That a cushion was supposed to absorb the force of impact when Mr. Hat was pulled up? Hat was Mr. Hat and Mr. Hat. Looks like Mr. Hat is rigged to this smaller pulley. Let's see, how did it go? After being blown a kiss, Mr. Hat goes wild and, just as he's about to stab the coffin, he gets pulled up to the catwalk, and the smoke screen was to hide his ascent from the audience's view. Well, I think that about does it for the catwalk. Do you think we missed anything? Nope. Didn't miss a single thing. We're all done here. Yes, sirree. I take it you're ready to go down. Yeah, I think we better. I feel a fainting spell coming on. Oh, brother, you don't need me to hold your hand again, do you? Oh, poor Apollo. I don't really like heights either, to be honest. What's going on here? There's a bucket. A dustpan, a broom, and a bucket. Guess they use these to keep the stage tidy. I doubt that's what the bucket is for, though. I see how it says fire on it, though? Oh, I guess it's a fire bucket, then. Yes, I heard the theater owner went out and bought that just for this show. When he heard there were going to be a fire trick, he flew to the store to get it. But can a little bucket like this really be put on a raging fire? I guess the owner thought it could. But it doesn't look like it's been used. In fact, the inside is caked with dust. What's the point of even buying the bucket then? Wait a minute. That means nobody actually prepared for the fire trick after all. I have a feeling this might be an important bit of information. Well. What is this thing? It's a winch. I'm guessing they used it to pull Mr. Hat up. Oh look, there are two winches, one back there and one up here. Apparently, each winch was rigged up to something different. One of them was used to hold up the dragon set piece, while the other was connected to the weird puppet up in the catwalk. Make me Mr. Hat, Emma. Yeah, say it right. Mr. Hat. Hey, there's a coffin back here too. Looks like there's a stuffed dragon inside. No, wait, look, it's just an illusion. Oh, see? The dragon looks like it's inside. But it's really just a painted on the front lid. Oh wow, you're right. That's really something else. If the show hadn't been cancelled, we might have gotten to see this trick too, huh? Darn. There's a sign here that says understage. Bet these stairs go to the understage area. Trucy told me she and her fellow magicians call it the abyss. I wonder why. Who knows? Maybe because it's really dark down there or something. Oh, I bet they've got all kinds of magical goodies stashed away down there. Come on, let's go check it out. Huh? The door's locked. The entrance to the abyss is barred to mere mortals like us, huh? Oh well, that's what you call a swinging an abyss. Which winch is which? I think the winch controls the one winch, and the winch does the other winch. All done? Pretty much. There's just one thing. The door to the understage passage was locked. Any way to get down there? That place, they locked it up as soon as we police finished our investigation down there. You want to check it out? You'll have to ask a magician. Well, Trucy's at the detention center, so she can't help us. Guess we'll have to look for somebody else from the show. Okay, and I'd better get back to my own investigation. See you around. It's too bad about the understage area, but at least we learned a few things. Yeah, like one of your greatest fears. Heh. I wasn't talking about that. I meant how all this behind-the-scenes stuff is set up. Let's see. We found out that there are two winches backstage. Mr. Hat was rigged to the first winch, and the dragon set piece was attached to the other one. And both of them were used during the show. Right after the body was discovered, the dragon set piece fell to the stage, and in the chaos that ensued, the culprit could have switched the rubber sword with the real one. So it looks like the best way to prove Trucy's innocence is to identify the real killer. What a complete and utter mess. This is all great, just great. That Wright kid is a bush league, small potatoes, half-grown has-been. There's somebody on the stage. Wonder who it is and what they're doing. Maybe we should go talk to them. Okay. Let's examine the person first, huh? Excuse me, are you connected to the show? What? You two got a couple more headaches for me to handle? I got my hands full as it is. Hey, I remember this guy. Hey, you there. What the heck's going on? They wouldn't even let me in. Me for crying out loud. Oh, Mr. Rittens, there was an accident during the show. An accident? Great, just great. That's all I need right now. Do you have any idea how much money we're sinking into this program? It's that man who was going off at the staff in front of the theater. I ain't never seen you guys before. If I had to guess, I'd say you're not production staff. Huh? What's that I spy with my little eye? An attorney's badge. Roger Rettens. Well, how do you do? I didn't know you were fine folks were lawyers. Hang on a minute. Lawyers? My business card, if you would. Charmed to make your acquaintance, I'm sure. Oh, thank you. So, you're from the TV station, I take it? Sharp as a tack you are. I'm the producer of this TV special. All my idea, by the way. I'm Apollo Justice, Trucy Wright's defense attorney. Trucy Wright's... Look at him. Well, ain't that a kick in the head? How about you open up with that tidbit next time, champ? His, name is, another pun, by the way. Rettens. Ratings. Rettens. Okay. What happened to the smoozy Magoo bit? I'm Roger Rettens. Hold the applause, and no autographs, kids. I'm on the clock. Apollo, this guy looks really familiar, but I can't quite... Really, kid? Then try this on for size. Hang loose, baby. Hang loose, baby? Gasp! Apollo, it's the Ratings Raha from Take-Two TV. That's a thin pun. A little bit. He's huge, crazy huge, like a real famous producer. Really? I never heard of him. Seriously, man? What kind of cave did you crawl out of? Roger Rettens, the Ratings Raha, Titan of the Titan of the TV screen. Still not ringing a bell? We ain't seen my hit Saturday night talk show at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central? No, I can't say that I have. You're blowing my mind, kid. You even know what TV is? Say it with me. Television. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions about the incident? No. What kind of comeback is that? Grow some backbone, kid. Basically lob that one at you. Now hit me with your best barb. Viewers will love that. Come on, you gotta sell it. Sell what? Say something funny for the nice people at home. Go on, hit me with your best shot. But my best shot? We're rolling here. Hurry up before they change the channel. Chop chop. Okay. Here goes. Talk to the hand. Kapow! Kapow? Really? And why are you pointing all dramatically like we're in court? I don't know, it just seemed like the thing to do. Ha ha ha. Ha ha. Apollo? Oof, that's going in the cringe reel for sure. I think we can all agree that was a mistake. If I choked any harder, I'd need the Heimlich maneuver. I blame myself, really. Should have known better than to waste good film on a nobody. So, you wanted an exclusive or what? Yeah. Tell me about yourself. Today's magic show was being broadcast live on TV, wasn't it? And you were the producer, right? That's right. Rising magic star versus old school Grammary. It was gonna be wild. We were gonna have viewers vote for their favorite magician during the show, and the loser would have the really embarrassing prank done to them. It was gold, I tell ya. Guaranteed ratings. I don't know. It sounds kind of tacky if you ask me. I'm telling you, man, modern viewers eat this stuff up with a spoon. Trust me. All you gotta do is serve it up nice and hot. A feast for the eyes. More like junk food for the brain. But that little brat had to go and ruin everything with that accident of hers. You have any idea how many times they dragged me over here to prepare for today? You must know of this theater pretty well if you came by that often. Oh, that gives me an idea. How about this? Mad mindscape of a magical murderess. Closest comrades come clean. Tell me, has Trucy always shown signs of being unhinged? When could you tell she was ready to snap? Give me the lowdown. This guy's cruising for a bruising, Apollo. As long as you don't get caught on camera. Truth be told, I'm not surprised about the way things turned out. Magicians are pretty much the dregs of society, am I right? What's that supposed to mean? What were you doing at the time of the incident? Shooting a show in the station studio. We had a whole bunch of girls in bikinis wrestle each other for the camera. So you didn't see the accident as it actually happened? That's right. The way I was shocked when I first got in here, or that's why I was shocked. So we didn't hear about the accident until you arrived, huh? I'm guessing what you really want to know is whether or not I have an alibi, am I right? My staff at the TV studio can vouch for me. Why not go there and ask them yourself? You can give them my card, and they'll let you in. So you have an alibi, huh? Good to know. Magicians are all a bunch of good-for-nothings, if you ask me. Con artists and thieves is what they are. They trick people and take their money. Coming from you, that's rich, pal. Magic tricks aren't the same as con jobs, you know. That's right, the people watching never feel like they've been cheated. Lawyers spout hypocritical nonsense. Big surprise there, lol. And post. Did he just post about us in real time? Those Grammarys are all criminals. It's in their blood. Trucy Wright ain't no different. That girl is no good. She may look all sweet and innocent, but she's a stone-cold killer. Don't you dare talk about Trucy like that. You don't know the first thing about her. You won't find a sweeter, harder-working girl anywhere, period. She's got the wool pulled over your eyes, I see. What in the world are you talking about? You'll see. I'll dig up the dirt and expose the dark heart behind that sweet smile. I'll prove those Grammary magicians are all a bunch of lowlifes. Does he have a grudge against Trucy? Or maybe all of True Grammary? TV is a window to the truth. It's not like the magic stuff or the streetwise charlatans that can perform it. It's a shame. A crying shame, I tell you. What was supposed to be a fun, light-hearted program turned into this sorry affair. I have to sell it to the news outlets all over the world if I'm gonna make my money back. Trucy Wright will make her debut, all right. Not as a magician, but as a criminal. What? It's my duty to report it. Can't let a tragedy like this happen again, now can I? Even if she gets off somehow, I'll make sure she never walks the street again. We won't let that happen. We won't let you do that to her. We're going to prove her innocence in court. Listen to you acting all high and mighty. Just another money grubber. I know how you lawyers do things. You'll stop at nothing to win. I beg your pardon. If you win your trials, you get fat stacks, right? Is money really all you care about? What's with him, Apollo? Why won't he listen? But enough about you. I'm all about going after Trucy now. Won't stop until she's behind bars. That's how we in the media dish out justice. Before you even get to court, my expose is gonna take you down. And if I have anything to say about it, well, gotta get back to the station. Hang loose, baby. Looks like that prosecution won't be our only opponent this time. But no way are we gonna let that guy have his way either. That's right. Okay, we're done with the stage, so let's go someplace else. I wish we could check out that understage passage, but what else can we investigate right now? Nothing. It's over. Go back here, maybe? No. Penrose Theater. Maybe the dressing room. Ah-ha-ha! Here we go. About all that's left to check out is that understage passage. I'll have to try and get one of the staff members to unlock the door. Someone just came into the dressing room. Oh, it's you people again. You came back. Huh? It's the rabbit girl. I saw you, you know. Oh, it's you, the bunny assistant from the show, right? What? Oh, yes, that's right. My name is Bonnie Defame. Defame? I don't know. I remember her talking to us earlier. Performing magic is like walking a tightrope. There's always an element of danger. But one little mistake can even cost you your life, you know? I wonder if she'll make it across today. And what do you mean by that exactly? Hee hee. Oh, nothing. Now if you'll excuse me. She said some pretty strange things then. I saw you take it. You took something from our dressing room. Oh, Bonnie, the teleportation trick you did was amazing. Fantastic. What? Oh, thank you. But what you did, stealing is... What other kinds of magic tricks can you do? Me? Oh, well, how about this? Aww. Splendido. Athena, I think Bonnie's trying to say something to us. She is? Thank you, Mr. Thief. Thief? I saw you take that notebook. Please don't take things from our dressing room. Huh? So it's true what they say. Thieves really do return to the scene of the crime, don't they? Thieves? I thought it was just an arsonist in real life. Guessing that means she really saw us, huh? I bet this looks pretty bad. If you return what you stole right now, I won't call the police. Oh boy. You've got it all wrong. We're Trucy's lawyers. She asked us to bring the notebook to her. To Trucy's lawyers? Oh, I'm sorry I called you thieves. If you really thought we were thieves, why were you still doing magic tricks for us? I can't help it. Whenever anybody asks, I just can't bring myself to refuse. Does that mean she's a real people person or that she aims to please a little too hard? In that case, can you tell us about the secret to your teleportation trick? Well, I don't know if I should. Oh! If I keep up the pressure, she just might tell us. I've been dying to know. Leave the poor girl alone. Are you investigating the case? Yes, that's right. I'm Trucy's biggest fan. I just love her to bits. I'd do anything to help her. We appreciate that. In that case, would you mind if we asked you a few questions? Bonnie. You're a magician, right, Bonnie? That's right. My specialities are teleportation and this little trick right here. Huh. Looks like Mr. Bunny's in a bad mood right now. Or that she messed up. You said that you are a big fan of Trucy's, right? Oh yes, I look up to her more than anyone else in the whole world. What about her makes you respect her so much? She's just incredible. Not only is she extremely talented, but she's so cool under pressure and always manages to keep a smile on her face. In spite of all that talent, she still works harder than anybody I know. You couldn't ask for more out of a magician. I'm sensing a shift into hyper fangirl drive. I love the unique way she does her tricks, and how she charms the audience. Love her magic panties trick, which is both cute and comical. Sometimes I do the trick, was so impressive, so I lost count. And that's what I think Trucy is top class, a real first-rate magician. I see. I think we have a pretty good idea of how much you adore her now. Oh, was I talking too much? I'm so sorry. I better be careful about when and how I ask her about Trucy. Anyway, that's why I'll do anything at all to help Trucy. Oh, Mr. Lawyer, you just have to prove her innocence. Don't worry, I plan to do just that. Wish Trucy could see that she has people like Bonnie in her corner, rooting for her. The show! You were in the magic show, right? That's right. I take it you saw my teleportation trick? Yes, it was just wonderful. You moved from one place to another in the blink of an eye. I admit it was pretty amazing. I have no idea how you transported yourself over such a distance in a split second. It must be so fun to be able to do a trick like that. Teleportation looks so cool. It's like a superpower or something. Yeah, my trick is turning some heads in the magic world right now. It's turning some heads. They're calling it new miraculous magic. Some even say it's the real deal. Hee hee. Real magic, huh? I know there must be an explanation, but it sure does look real. I just have to figure that trick out. I want to do it myself. Oh, you'll never figure it out. I always perform it perfectly. Oh. Ah. This feeling. Looks to me like Bonnie is hiding something. Oh, you'll never? Nothing here. You'll never figure it out. Let me know if you guys notice something, by the way. Rabbit ears, maybe? Maybe your ears move weird. Figure it out. I always... Cane, bow, fingers, arm, thing there. Perform it perfectly.
Gotcha!
That's kind of scary. Bonnie, when you said perform it perfectly, your right hand would tremble and move your hat a tiny bit. I even caught a glimpse of the little rabbit hiding underneath. Oh, did you really perform the teleportation trick perfectly this time? Of course, I definitely got that part right. What do you mean, that part? Oops. Wait a minute. Are you saying that you... picked the wrong career? The escape, maybe? You might have performed the teleportation trick flawlessly, but what about Trucy's escape trick after that? Did you make some kind of mistake during that? Oh, well... Well, did you? You see... Did you or didn't you? Eep! I did. You're absolutely right, Mr. Lawyer. I made a mistake during Trucy's escape trick. I'm sorry I lied. Whew! I feel like I pulled off a magic trick of my own just trying to get that out of her. The little demon. There's a little demon in her hat. So you made a mistake during Trucy's escape trick? Yes, I was in charge of operating Mr. Het, you see. But I made a huge goof. So, did Trucy explain to you how the escape trick works? Yes, she knew we need to know for our investigation, so she shared the secret. Let's see. After Trucy escaped from the coffin down into the understage passage, Mr. Het was to be pulled up to the catwalk by a winch. The Trucy would then pop up on stage through a trapdoor. I was operating Mr. Het at the time, but I flubbed up where I was supposed to have him stand. Supposed to make Mr. Het stand to the left of the coffin, but I messed up and had him stand to the right by accident. That matches up with what we saw during the show. Huh? But then, doesn't that mean... Trucy would have ended up popping up on the side opposite to Mr. Het? Yes, she would have if she hadn't done some quick thinking on her feet. She managed to pop up on the right side of the coffin for me, so the audience never even knew a mistake had been made. Way to go, Trucy. But my mistake caused her so much trouble. I think I'd better ask Trucy about this later too. Oh, by the way, we'd like to investigate the understage passage. Would that be alright? Oh yes, by all means. Anything to help prove Trucy's innocence. I'll unlock it for you. Hey, there you are. You got a minute? Oh, Mr. Rechtins. Yes, of course. Not you, Bunny. The lawyers. They're the ones I want to see. You have business with us? I hear you two are from the same agency as Trucy. Is that true? Yes, that's right. This is for you then. Hang loose, baby. A contract between Take-Two TV, the first party, and Trucy Wright, the second party. If, through the fault of the second party, the show must be cancelled in part or in full, the second party will pay $3 million in compensation to the first party. The $3 million? Yeah, that's more like it. That shocked reaction, that dopey expression. You'll make a great comedian. Really? I know. I'll put you on my show. We'll get one of those cartoon anvils to fall on your head. Wait a minute. Is this for one of those hidden camera prank shows? You wish. That's an official contract. See for yourselves. You're the lawyers, after all. You should know when you see one, right? He's right. It's all signed and everything. You better make sure your agency pays what Trucy owes me. In full. Are you kidding me? The Wright Anything agency doesn't have that kind of money. And I guess you're gonna have to go fishing for some. I can see it now. Craziest catch, legend of the seasick lawyers. Fishing on the high seas? No thanks. I can't even swim. Objection! What kind of ridiculous, low-down, unfair, one-sided contract is this? Hey now, there's nothing ridiculous here. It's all perfectly legit. It's got her signature on it, see? Arg! Arg! My boys have got to get to see the stupid look on your faces. It's priceless. And post. I'm getting responses already. It's gonna go viral. No! How could he? By my reputation? I don't know about this guy, guys. You ain't seen nothing yet, baby. I'm gonna drive Troop Grammary and everybody associated with it into the ground. Serves you right for getting involved with the Grammaries. What's this grudge you have against the Grammaries, anyway? Huh? What are you talking about? Stress is making you paranoid, champ. Come on, Bonnie. We have more filming to do. Oh, yes, sir. Excuse me, Mr. Lawyer. Oh, and I'll unlock the door to the understage passage for you later. Later, lawyers. Hang loose, baby. Why would Trucy sign a contract like this? And why did all of this have to happen when Mr. Wright isn't here? Have to come back for the understage later. Let's go hear Trucy's side of the story. Good thinking. We can't let you hit the high seas just yet. There must be something we can do. We can't let Ratings Raha get his way. Alright. Back to the detention center. Three, two, one. Ta-da! Wow, now you made my handcuffs disappear. How did you do that? She's doing magic tricks for the guard? Now, should I try to make you disappear next, Mr. Guard? Can you do that? Oh yes, please, this is so exciting. You should probably stop her before there's another incident. Trucy! Oh, hi Polly. Hi Athena. We, have some more questions for you. Judging by the look on your faces, it must be about something big. Yeah, I guess you could say that. Things have gotten a little sticky. Oh, and I have to remember to give her that thing she asked for, too. Here, I'll do that now. Here you go, Trucy. Here's your notebook back. Oh, great. Thank you very much. So what's written in there, anyway? It looks like it's full of secrets or something. That's because it is. It was originally my granddaddy Magnifi Grammary's notebook. He used it like a diary, and as a place to jot down ideas for new magic tricks. Some of which only members of Troop Grammary has ever laid eyes on. Wow, this notebook is a really big deal then. Yes, that's why it's always kept under lock and key. I bet a magician would do just about anything to get their hands on that notebook. And we found it mixed in with Mr. Roos's, belongings. Could he really have been trying to steal it? The Troop Grammary creed is also written inside. A true entertainer always keeps a smile on their face. That creed was passed down to me from my daddy, as his daddy passed it down to him. It's true that Trucy always keeps a smile on her face. I guess it's due in part of her family to her family creed. Trucy, I want to talk to you about where we found this notebook. Trucy, do you remember this contract? Yes, I signed it before I went on stage. What about this liability for compensation article here? Liability for compensation? What are you talking about? Let me see that. What? The $3 million? Just as I suspected, she didn't know about that part. I never seen this article, and I read the whole contract from top to bottom. Yeah, I didn't think you'd miss such a big thing. But there's your signature, so what's going on? Maybe there was some kind of trick involved. You know, like when I signed it. In other words, you think there might be some foul play afoot? And I'm willing to bet that the Ratings Raha is the one behind it. Bonnie told us about the mistake she made on stage. Oh, you mean where the Mr. Hat had been placed? Even I was at a loss about what to do for a second there. How did you fix the problem? Well, I was down in the understage passage when I found out. I had to work my butt off to fix it, let me tell you. After I escaped from the coffin and went down into the understage passage, I got a signal from Bonnie saying she made a mistake with Mr. Hast's positioning. No joke, I was freaking out. After all, I had to be back up on stage in a few short minutes. Magical girl Trucy Wright was faced with an unprecedented crisis beneath the stage. Would that spell the end of Trucy in Grammary Land? And then what happened? Athena's totally hooked. I was supposed to get back up to the stage through trapdoor 1 on the left, using a platform that can be raised and lowered called a stage lift. There was a stage lift ready and waiting in the lowered position under trapdoor 1. But Mr. Hat had been placed on the right, above trapdoor 2, by mistake. There was already another stage lift under trapdoor 2, but it was in the raised position since we hadn't planned on using it. Okay, so how did you get back up onto the stage? Why, through brute strength. I couldn't lower stage 2 by myself, lift 2 by myself, so I pushed it back out of the way. Then I moved the lowered stage lift 1 into the place under trapdoor 2. Good. This thing is heavy. I wish I could have moved it with magic. Fortunately, my magic is useless under the stage. The understage is a dark abyss that drains magicians of all their powers. I can see why it's called the Abyss. Never knew it could take so much out of you. That's just how it goes in the real world, as illusions are created by the blood, sweat, and tears of those behind the scenes. Wow, I learned so much just now. Trucy, have you told anybody else about all this? Nope, nobody. This sounds like some critical information. I had better make a note of it. And notebook. We found this notebook mixed in with Mr. Rius's belongings. What? Do you think he might have been trying to steal it? No way! I can't believe it. The great Mr. Rius would never do any such thing. But would it be so far-fetched if he was after Group Gramarye's secret tricks? It makes for a pretty compelling motive to take the notebook. In any case, we'd better focus on doing something about this contract for now. Trucy signed it in her dressing room, right? Then we'd better do a little more investigating there. I'm so sorry to put the two of you through all this. Don't worry, we'll get to the bottom of this. There's gotta be some kind of mistake. If you need me to, I'm willing to take the drastic measures. With my magic! You're not planning on pulling some magical money out of there, are you? No, my magic panties are much better at making things disappear than appear. Aw, good night, Mafia babe. See you tomorrow for Skyrims and Tohos. Do I want to know what she's planning to make disappear? Apollo, we have to do something, anything to fix this. I agree. Let's check out the dressing room again for starters. Okay, we should finally check out that understage passage too. The Abyss? Then you'll have to go through the backstage area. Be careful down there. Alright. To the dressing room! Woo! Okay, this is where Trucy signed that contract. Right, and there must have been some kind of trick that was used when she signed it. The question is what kind of trick and how it was done. If some kind of object or tool was used, then there still may be trace of it somewhere, like with the pen or the paper. Well, it's time to find the secret to that trick. Off gets, let's do this. Alright. Oh, wait a minute. This flower. Hey, these flowers, they're from Lammy Royer. Lammy Royer? Where have I heard that name before? She's a famous singer. They call her the Siren of the Ballad, and she's pretty popular. Someone got you playing a Toho game? Me. I got playing a Toho game. It's called Toho Scarlet Curiosity, and it's actually been on my Steam wishlist since 2018. So I figured now's the time to play. Why would a famous singer be sending Trucy flowers? Well, we met her through a case I headed up once. Wow, your circle of acquaintances is bigger than I thought. Lammy Royer, I don't know why, but her songs really touch me for some reason. Hope she's doing well. I wonder why, Apollo. I wonder why. I don't see traces. Oh, wait a minute. I looked it up, by the way. Apparently, this game I'm playing is like, scared me for a moment. That's not one of the nasty ones. Oh no. It's, I looked it up. It's bullet hell for babs. For beginners. So, yeah. So I'm fine. I'm fine so far. Huh? Hey, take a look at this clipboard. Could you sign this, please, ma'am? Sure thing. Just the one sheet in the clipboard, right? Isn't this the clipboard Trucy used when she signed the contract? I think you're right. Let's give it the once-over. Alright, clipboard. Or should I say, fake clipboard. Let's try opening the folder. Okay. We have a thing here. The regular Tohos are not for babs. Some of the Toho games are considered some of the most brutal bullet hells in the genre. Yeah, those ones are none I'm not gonna do. Nope. No thank you. This part here holds papers in place. Could this clip have something to do with how they conjure? Ow! It bit me! Only you could get hurt by a clipboard, Athena. You're so funny. This screw won't budge. I don't think even your crazy strength could budge it. Crazy strength? What kind of thing is that to say to a delicate young lady? I don't see you denying it either. Really? What about this one? Just a screw. That observation won't get you any laughs. What? Do I have to make wit the funny all the time? Hey, this screw. It's different from the others. Not only that, but I think it's loose. Look, I can move it. Are you sure you should be fooling with it like that, Apollo? Whoa, it came right out. See? I tried to tell you, but would you listen? No. Hey, take a look through the hole, Athena. I think there's something back there. Oh wow, you're right. What is it? Hey look, the back panel is loose. I think I can take it off. Got it. You're just breaking things left and right today, aren't you? But look, there's something inside. Ho ho ho. What is this black sheet of, I want to say, paper? Oh, I know. It's carbon paper. You put it between two pieces of paper and it copies what you write onto the bottom one. So when Trucy signed the contract, there was actually another contract underneath. And her signature on the top contract got copied onto the hidden contract? So that's how Trucy was conned. This is the ratings Raha doing. I just know it. How dare he? You gotta hand it to him, though. It couldn't have been easy fooling Trucy. That girl's no slouch. Yeah, but I bet we can use this clipboard as evidence if we ever take this to trial. Well, well, well. Well, 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 well. Let's go to the stage now. Let's see, we should be able to get to the understage passage from backstage. Hopefully Bonnie unlocked the door for us like she said she would. Examine. Oh, I have to examine the back, right? Back to the backstage. The door's unlocked. Thank you, Bonnie. Well, Athena, here we go. Here we go. It sure is dark and dusty down here. The Abyss, the magical underworld. And look, there's a denizen of the Abyss now. A fearsome beast with long, sharp fangs ready to prey on unsuspecting souls. Huh? What are you? Oh, you mean that tiny little rat over there? No, I mean that fearsome beast over there. Take it you don't like rodents. I see writing. I'm gonna make it big someday too, just so you wait and see. What is that all about? My guess is it's the soulful cry of some poor assistant making me to toil here in the darkness. And who would know about the soulful cry of a bitter assistant better than you, right? You really understand the writings of feelings of despair and frustration. Sadly, yes. Yes, I do. You really shouldn't scribble on the walls, you know, Apollo. It wasn't me. It's a stage left for getting up to the stage. It looks like this crank lowers the platform. But Trucy said it's impossible for one person to do it alone. Then it sounds like a challenge. Now I want to try it. Grah! Huff, 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 huff. It's probably just broken. Or you could just take people at their word. I'm reading this room right. This must be the stage lift Trucy moved during the show. Originally, it was there when stage lift 1 is now. Let's check out stage number 1 thing. It's a stage lift for getting up to the stage. Trucy moved this one here. I guess it used to be where the yellow tape is. How in the world did she manage to move this huge thing? It couldn't have been easy for her. She's pretty petite. But I bet it'd be easy for you. Just what are you implying? That's it, chump. You're looking up microaggressions later. What's this glowy stuff? Oh, it's glow-in-the-dark tape. Hey, that must be what I saw through that secret door at the bottom of the coffin. But who put it there and why? It's probably just a marker of some sort, since it's so dark down here. Sounds about right. Maybe it's meant to mark which ladder to climb. Mark. Oh, hi, Mark. This ladder goes up to the ceiling, so I guess it leads to one of the trapdoors on the stage. Trucy must have used this ladder when she escaped from the coffin. Why don't you climb up there and see if I'm correct? It's not so high. You'll be fine, right? Huh? Why me? You'd make a young lady wearing a skirt climb a ladder? Fine, I'm going. Ah, the lights, it burns! Ow! Are you alright? I can now confirm that the ladder does indeed lead up to the stage. Well, that tasty bit of info was definitely worth risking life and limb for. Well done. This ladder goes up to the ceiling. I wonder what's just above. Apollo! Alright, fine, I'll climb the ladder. Why does it always have to be ladders? Huh? Where am I? It's pitch black. And cramped, too. You know what I think? I think you're in the coffin we saw backstage. So that's where this ladder leads. I still don't get what that coffin was for. Huh. This sword is the exact same design as the murder weapon. Wait, what's this? Hiya! Ow! What are you doing? That hurts. I think I'm bleeding out. Oh, stop being such a drama queen. It's only rubber. Huh? Hey, you're right. So this must be the sword Trucy used during the trick. After the incident, someone must have switched this rubber sword with the real one on stage. And maybe that's when they brought the rubber sword here. Hold on, Apollo. I hear voices. Quick, hide. Huh? Ow! Quick shoving. Hurry up and get down there. Yow, my arm doesn't bend that way. What the heck, Athena? Shh, look. It's so much work pretending to be cute and sweet. Isn't that Bonnie? Hey, Bunny, wait for me. And the ratings, Raha? What did we have to hide for, Athena? Because I heard something funny. There was something off in their voices. Oh, right. Athena's super sensitive hearing. Those lawyers are poking around trying to stir up trouble. Should I be worried? Relax, I didn't say anything to the police, and I won't say anything to them either. You better not, or you're gonna get it. Pow! Right in the kisser. What the? Is this just me, or does Bonnie seem kinda different from before? Apollo, shh. I'm sick and tired of this whole investigation. All I want is Trucy's head on a platter. Leave everything to me, babe. Don't forget the power of mass media. TV can accomplish anything. I'll make sure Trucy gets much worse than a guilty verdict. I can't wait to see that girl crying and begging for mercy. You really hate Trucy, don't you, Bunny? I hate her. I loathe her. I can't stand that Trucy Wright. Just because she's a little good at magic, she thinks she's all that. So this is exactly what that sniveling brat deserves. Hey, what the heck? If you mess this up, you're gonna be really sorry, you hear me? I'll crush you flat, like a cockroach under my foot. Oh, you cute little thing. You're so adorable when you're throwing a fit. Ow, ow, my foot. Can you take a joke? Come on, grab my things. We're leaving. Aw, lead the hippity-hopping way, my little bun-bun. What was that absolutely revolting scene all about? I guess this entertainment industry attracts all kinds of eccentrics. But that conversation, it set off every red flag in the book. You said it. I smell plot with a capital P-U. Redden claims he was at the TV station at the time of the incident, and we saw Bonnie on stage ourselves. Hey Apollo, I have an idea. Why don't we pay Take Two TV a visit? We can check up on the ratings, Raha's alibi while we're there. Sounds like a plan. Very suspicious, guys. Oh my gosh, look at this place. Yikes, look at this place. There's so much going on at once, it's making my head spin. Take a look at that screen and listen to those shouts. Magical murder, live audience witnesses, shocking skewering. 17-year-old magician Trucy Wright. See exclusive unedited footage of the heinous crime complete and uncut. We can't let them broadcast that. Trucy will get tried in the court of public opinion. Well, I doubt we can stop them from airing it. But we can't prove her innocence in a real court of law. No matter what garbage they report on TV, we can set the record straight at the trial. Salmon, I guess. Look at that logo above the screen. Scandal, Gamble, Gambit? Is that the title of the show? Yep, haven't you ever seen it? They present scandalous rumors about celebrities. And then people bet on whether the rumors are true or not. So it's just another tasteless TV show. Looks like Trucy's their next target. Today's scandal is... tragedy on stage. Did Trucy Wright cause an accident or did she commit murder? Looks like murder is in the lead. Well, I say neither. Then we'll just have to create the third option tomorrow, in court. Wow, what a great show that is, huh? Pardon me, I know you're busy right now. What are you guys, street? Street? Does that mean people off the street or something? We're Trucy Wright's lawyers. Oh, okay, lawyers. Got it. Well, what do you want? He must be really busy. He hasn't even looked this way. We're investigating the incident that occurred at the magic show this morning, and we heard that Roger Rettins was in charge of that program. Yeah, that's right. The guy hates magic, but the show was all his idea. Just between you and me, I think it was Bonnie that egged him on. Egged him on? How so? I saw the two of them together, you know, walking along arm in arm. But she sweet-talked him into doing the program because she wanted to work. She hasn't been selling very well on her own, apparently. I see. Oh, hey, you're looking into the incident. I guess you'd want the show footage, right? Down the disc in my back pocket. If you want it, go ahead and fish it out. Wow, thank you very much. You turned out to be surprisingly helpful. Would this totally be a real show that exists in the real world? This must be a video production workstation of some sort. That coffee cup looks awfully familiar. Yeah, that's where Mr. Rettins always sits. He's very hands-on, you know. You'll always find him on the set of his projects. But he was here at the station during the magic show, right? Yeah, well, he had 2 shows going on at once this morning. He had his regular program to oversee here, so he couldn't be at the Penrose. So you can vouch for him that he wasn't here at the station during the magic show? What, like an alibi? Sure can. He was definitely here. Still, after a while, he couldn't stand being away from the Penrose, it seems. As soon as his part was over here, he took a taxi to the theater, but he apparently didn't get there until after the thing had already occurred. Sounds like he has a rock-solid alibi. Well, I guess we got just about everything we can out of this place. Looks like Ritson's alibi is pretty airtight. But if that's true, then who could have killed Mr. Ryu's? Looks like we're pretty much done here. Should we go back to the office? We can get a snack and talk over our plan of attack. Sounds good to me. Yes. April 27, write anything, agency. What in the world? Uh-oh. What's going on here? All of these stickers say repossessed. Who did this? Who's responsible for this? Well, now, this is a restricted area, chump. No trespassing. Trespassing? But this is our office. You're the one who's trespassing. Enough with the lip, boy. Don't tell me you forgot about your debt. But what are you talking about? Just abiding by the contract. The agency can't pay me. I have every right to seize its property, am I right? Just like that? You haven't even had a chance to take this to trial. If you're gonna be mad, shouldn't Trucy be the one you're mad at? I told you, it serves you right for getting involved with those grammaries. Why, you dirty, rotten... What are you going to do with all of our stuff? Sell it, of course, every last bit of it. That's why I'm seizing everything. And I'll take this little office of yours, too. You think you can just waltz in here and do whatever you want? Indeed I do, unless you write whatever warehouse joker's got 3 million ready. Nerg. That's a no then, because I gotta recoup my money somehow. After all, the entire program went south because of Trucy. It's called liability for compensation, and this infantile agency is the liable party. Why, you black-hearted... Hey, Apollo, what about the crooked clipboard? It's no good. We don't have any proof that Retins was behind it. Darn it. Heh, you're gonna have to do better than that, folks. Looks like the famous Mr. Wright left behind nothing but incompetent noobs to run things. No way. He was counting on Mr. Wright to be away for this plan of his? What a two-bit thug. We'll show him. Haha, there's the sugar, that expression. It's priceless. So how does it feel to lose the precious office your boss left you in charge of? Say something dumb. Grrr. Now to rub it in. Not to rub it in or anything, but I think you should know where you stand right now. Oh man, what now? Here, have a gander. The trial of young up-and-coming magician Trucy Wright is scheduled for tomorrow. We're here, just outside the office of the suspect, hoping for an exclusive sneak peek inside. What? This is live? Ah, Apollo, look! There's a stack of reporters outside. Oh, a questionable-looking pair are peeking out the window at this very moment. Our viewers at home can see for themselves their vicious, brutal expressions. Yellow journalism at its finest. And that's the way it is. The majority of the public already thinks Trucy is guilty. They saw the whole thing happen with their own eyes during the show's live broadcast. Everybody in the country's against you. No way! No office, no allies. Are you sure you still want to represent that girl? Of course we do. We believe in her innocence. Go ahead, think what you want. It's a free country. Just know that you'll be the biggest losers in the end. In the meantime, feel free to keep on flopping around like the dying fish you are. Now then, you gotta be out of here by tomorrow. Take in this cozy little office tonight while you still can. Hang loose, baby. I can't believe we let Mr. Wright's office get placed under seizure. Of all the... This is just ridiculous. Eek! Look out! Clear out. We don't want murderers here. Hey, if it's a fight you want, I'll take you on. Come on. Yikes, let's get out of here before we get killed too. Huff, 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 huff. I can't believe this is happening. We have to do something to protect ourselves, and fast. It's Mr. Wright. Apollo, I got your messages. How is she? Is Trucy okay? She's not crying, is she? Does she have a lawyer? Mr. Wright, it's all a giant mess. Poor Trucy. And the office. Our office. Apollo? Okay. We better both take a deep breath. Wow, I see. And he's saying you have to be out by tomorrow? I'm so sorry, Mr. Wright. I wish there was something I could have done. This is quite the mess, isn't it? Even if I left right now, I wouldn't be there in time for the trial tomorrow. I'm sorry, Apollo, but I need you to handle this for me. Of course, we can handle the defense, but the office... It's too soon to give up on that. What do you mean? The contract only addresses Trucy's liability if she causes the show to be cancelled. She just had to prove it in court tomorrow that it wasn't Trucy's fault. Hey, you're right. So everything depends on your winning that trial tomorrow. Trucy's fate and the fate of our office. It's all riding on your shoulders, Apollo. I know. I'll be fine, right? Apollo. I've been watching you grow over these past 2 years. That's why I can say with absolute confidence that you'll be fine. Really? I've seen you earn victory after victory in some pretty dicey situations. And guide Athena, helping her along her way too. That's why I know you're ready. Why I know I can leave Trucy and the office to you. I believe in you, Apollo. Thank you, Mr. Wright. Good luck tomorrow. Thank you. I'm fine. Everything will be fine. You can call me anytime if you feel you need to, but I'll be fine on my own, right? Yes, I think so too. I can do this. That's the spirit. Give it your best out there, Apollo. Beep. What is it, Apollo? What are you smiling about? Who, me? It's nothing. Mr. Wright believes in me. I can't let him down. You have to win this trial, Athena. I couldn't agree more, and I'll do everything in my power to help. Our opponent tomorrow? Prosecutor Sadmati, huh? Why now of all times? Still, I don't care who it is. I can't afford to let my guard down for anyone. Oh.
O restless, wandering soul of the dead.
Prosecutor Sadmati. Oh. Sorry to disturb you, but I figured I should tell you. The lead attorney's been decided. It's Apollo Justice.
Apollo Justice.
Ooh. So now we know who the prosecutor is. Huzzah. Well, let's do it. Let's does it. I have a new guide up. It's a little strange, but I'm gonna try to use this one. So give me a second, guys, if that's okay. Okay, hopefully this'll work. This one's more wordy than the other one, which is kind of annoying. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm Apollo Justice and I'm fine. Is Apollo okay? He's been muttering to himself all morning. He's been like that since yesterday. Guess the pressure of today's trial is getting to him. Poor Polly. He's really tearing himself up over all of this. Get it together, Apollo. Yikes. Athena, when did you get here? Try to relax a little bit, will you? You're getting yourself way too worked up. Yeah, but I'm alright. I'm fine. You know, I did a little digging on this Nayuta Sadmati guy. He's apparently not your run-of-the-mill prosecutor. Oh yeah? What did you find out? Well, they say he wields an incredible power to accurately read a trial's karma and its ultimate fate. What is that supposed to mean? I don't have all the details, but apparently he can foresee how the arguments will go and even lead his opposition. So the defense basically ends up going in whatever direction he has in his head. Man, this isn't going to be a cakewalk if that's true. Emma did say she talked to him for us, though. Here's hoping that went well. In any case, it sounds like he's going to keep us on our toes. That's why I know you're ready. That's why I know I can leave Trucy and the office to you. I believe in you, Apollo. Mr. Wright is putting his faith in me. I can't let him down now. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. There he goes again. It's almost like he's chanting a prayer. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm Apollo Justice and I'm fine. If you say so, Apollo, the trial will start momentarily. Is the defense ready? Yes, we're fine. Trucy's fate and the fate of the agency rests on this trial. This is it, Justice. If ever there was a time to shine, it's now. So who do you guys think did it this time around? Who's the real murderer? I almost forgot to update you on the Disney movie I watched last night. I'll do it right now. Last night's Disney movie was one I never saw before. It was completely black and white for some reason. And it was in the style of that Tim Burton art style. Like Nightmare Before Christmas and Coraline. And it featured a boy and his doggy. And the dog got the dead, and then he brought the dog back to life. It was actually really super good. It was really good and really scary at the same time. Like, oh my gosh. But yep, that was last night's movie. I don't know if anyone is here to hear what I just said, but that's what I watched. Cool, huh? What was the one? It was Frankenweenie. I saw Frankenweenie. It was good. It was feelsy. It was scary. Court is now in session for the trial of Trucy Wright. The defense is ready, Your Honor. And the prosecution? Prosecutor Sadmati? 1,000 pardons. It was rude of me to keep you waiting. I was praying for the victim. Oh, praying? Yes, I see. God, that absolutely blasted a movie. It was crazy. Scary, really scary. Definitely a Halloween movie. Nayuta, yep, Nayuta's here. The big prosecutor of this game. You're a Kuranis monk, correct, prosecutor? Yes, that is correct. I am but a lowly monk from the kingdom of Kuratin. I beg in advance for the forgiveness and kind patience of everyone here in this court. I am unfamiliar with the proceedings of this country, and may make many blunders. He seems like such a gentle-mannered soul, doesn't he? I wonder if Emma had a chance to talk with him about Trucy. Now then, Prosecutor Sadmati, your opening statement, if you would. Certainly. In the name of the Holy Mother, I vow to guide the victim's soul to a land of eternal peace, known as the Twilight Realm. Now, let the last rites of the victim begin. Nayuta Sadmati. He's really been making a name for himself, apparently, but that nickname, Last Rites Prosecutor, I wonder how that will come into play today. The incident took place in the middle of a spectacular magic show. The accused performed a magic trick in which she thrust a sword into a coffin. A coffin from which the body of the victim then spilled out, dead from a fatal stabbing. The victim's name was Manav Mystery. Oh, Man of Mystery. No, otherwise known as the Great Mr. Ryuz. His blood was found on the sword that was used during the magic trick. Good pun name. So his death was just an unfortunate accident? It is only natural for one to assume as such, Your Honor. However, it was no mere accident, but rather a homicide. The prosecution's position is thus, that this was a murder made to look like an accident. I see. And you believe this crime was committed by the defendant? After a thorough consideration of all possible scenarios, I unfortunately had no other choice but to conclude as much. So that's how it's going to be, huh? I guess Emma couldn't convince him after all. Very well, and now let's hear from the defense. Naturally, we maintain that the defendant is innocent, Your Honor. if the defense wouldn't mind. Could you please explain your reasoning? My reasoning? Well, I would have to say that my main reason is because I believe in the defendant. I see. So you find it difficult to come up with anything more concrete than that, do you? What a fine demonstration of the fact that you are indeed a lawyer of putrid mind. Putrid mind? Prosecutor Sadmati? Excuse me, but I don't... If you don't mind my asking, prosecutor, what was that you were just chanting? A sutra of the Holy Mother that guides those of tainted soul toward enlightenment. It is a Quranic incantation to awaken the foolish from their fruitless slumber, fitting for a lawyer who indulges in such fancy as the innocence of the accused. I see. So basically you're asking the defense to get real. Allow me these few words, defense. It is my duty as a monk to punish sinners, and to guide victim souls to the Twilight Realm. Should you show repentance and admit to the accuser's guilt now, no harm will come to you. But, should you interfere with my sacred last rites for the victim, then I shall cast you down into the pit of hell, along with Trucy Wright. Now wait just one minute here. Putrid? Pit of hell? Is that any way to address someone in a court of law? Would he get in trouble for saying that stuff? Prosecutor Sadmati, that may be the way you conduct trials in Karatin, but I would appreciate it if you would refrain from such charged language here. Your Honor, that was but a Quranic sermon for those who have strayed from the path. Harsh words are often necessary to admonish contemptible deviants who cannot see reason. Oh, I see. I didn't realize. I guess they really do hate defense attorneys in Karatin, huh? Even still, that was way over the top as far as verbal abuse goes. And the trial's only just begun. Well, defense, I suppose the way a prosecutor does things varies by country. Yeah, no, that would absolutely get him, dinged. Ding! But maybe they're allowing it because cultural gap or something. I don't know. Why don't we look at this as a cross-cultural exchange and try to be open-minded about it? What? Bailiff, please bring in the first witness. It's Emma Sky! Munch, 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 munch. And look what she's eating again. Uh-oh, I thought she said goodbye to the snackoos. Detective Sky, the courtroom is no place for gorging yourself. Also, this should go without saying, but would Emma Sky get in trouble there? What's wrong with having a little snack? Girls gotta eat, right? She seems a little stressed out. Lol, probably. Cross-cultural, my left ass cheek. If you're unable to handle doing legal work the American way, you don't do legal work in America. Well, there you have it. Sadly, the judge is open to all things. I mean, he was open to whips, so she seems a little stressed out. Detective Sky, your testimony, please. Yeah, about that. I just want to state for the record that I believe Trucy Wright is innocent. I'm sorry? Detective Sky, this path you seek to follow is misguided. Giving the wrongdoer false hope will only deepen her despair in the end. But let it go and move on. Acts which go against your duty will earn you divine punishment from the Holy Mother. And yes, she would. Food is not allowed in the courtroom. Well, coffee was allowed for a while, so why not snackoo? Snackoos. Yep, there she goes. Fine. I don't know about the divine part, but I get the punishment bit loud and clear. I guess Emma got assigned tons of paperwork or something for sticking up for Trucy. She and Prosecutor Sadmati don't seem to get along very well, do they? Shall we continue? The prosecution contends that the accused has had a clear motive. The evidence, if you would, Detective Skye. All right, please take a look at this poster. It's a Troop Grammary poster from 13 years ago. Is it just me, or is it a little different from the one in Mr. Wright's dressing room? This is a revised version of that poster. This one says cancelled under Mr. Ryu's. That's right, Mr. Ryu's left the troop after the first version of the poster was printed. Take a look at Mr. Ryu's right forearm near his elbow. See the big scar there? He apparently got that when he made a mistake when practicing a magic trick. Ouch, that's quite a scar. Because of that accident, Magnifi Grammary concluded that Mr. Ryu's was too unskilled. Just before the show was to open, Magnifi announced that Mr. Ryu's wouldn't be appearing. But in defiance of Magnifi's decision, Mr. Ryu's tried to go on stage anyway. This in turn caused Magnifi to oust Mr. Ryu's from the troupe on the spot. He kicked Mr. Ryu's out? That seems rather extreme. Did he really have to go that far? When it came to magic, Troop Grammary was so passionate, or should I say extreme, about it that it caused problems for them from time to time. Yes, they even caused this court a mountain of trouble with their extreme antics. And now the troop's successor has committed a murder. It seemed the troop's rare talent was inherited by the right person after all. A putrid talent for criminality. You sound rather extreme yourself, Prosecutor. Criminals with impure souls do not deserve sympathy, Your Honor. Ahem, as I was saying, after his expulsion, Mr. Ryu's apparently went on to hold a grudge against the troop. He would tell those close to him, I will get my revenge on Troop Grammary someday. Revenge? That certainly sounds antagonistic. I don't know if you guys heard me ask this earlier, but who do you think is the true murderer of this case? And then his chance for revenge finally came, if you would be so kind, Detective Skye. I guess I don't have a choice, do I? Okay. The victim planned to get his revenge on Troop Grammary during Trucy's magic show. Mr. Ryu's was going to first steal the Grammary notebook from the defendant. He then intended to reveal the secrets behind their magic tricks during the show. That was the victim's plan for revenge, and while he did, in fact, steal the notebook, the defendant murdered him before he had a chance to reveal the secrets. By the time the accused had discovered the notebook's theft, it was too late. Her only option was to kill Mr. Ryu's and make it look like an accident.
Objection!
That's nothing but conjecture.
Objection!
The victim's assistant, Bonnie DeFam, gave the police a statement. She testified that just before the start of the show, Mr. Ryu said, I'm going to reveal all of Troop Grammary's secrets on stage today. What? Well, that isn't exactly a great starting point for a rebuttal, is it? You're telling me. Allow me to give you one piece of advice, defense. Oh, and what's that? Whoa. Butterfly. Let it go and move on. Excuse me? Helping a sinner will only sully your own soul. One possessed of an unclean soul will burn in the flames of hell, and then be ever burdened with that sin in their next life. But I don't believe in that sort of thing. Besides, I have no intention of giving up. Oh, Holy Mother, grant me the strength to deal with this putrid lawyer. Can butterflies do that? Can they be, like, energy things? All actions have consequences, and yours will surely earn you the honor of being a mere stink bug at best in your next life. A stink bug? Now then, Mr. Justice, your cross-examination, please. The victim planned to get his revenge on the peoples. Mr. Reuse was going to do the thing. He then intended to reveal the things. That was the victim's plan for the things. The defendant murdered him before he had a chance to reveal the secrets.
Hold it!
I'm sorry, but what exactly is the basis for claiming it was murder? Mr. Stinkbug? I know, right? I am actually curious to hear what you guys think is the true murderer, so feel free to make your guesses, like, as soon as you can. Beats me. What? The basis is beats me? You'll have to ask Prosecutor Sadmati over there, because he hasn't told me his reasoning either. Munch, munch, munch. Detective Sky, your feeding of information to the defense has not gone unnoticed in my eyes. Oh. The bad karma of acts which go against your duty will impinge upon you in your next life. But even before that, it may impinge upon your job in the form of a transfer. You mean they weren't being subtle? That Bonnie and the producer guy? Could be. Was it both of them, do you think, working together? Or even cahoots? Ack, but please don't get me kicked out of the forensics until anything but that. Poor Emma. She's really been risking everything for us. Well, Prosecutor Sadmati, what are your grounds for claiming homicide? It was the luminous tape in the understage passage. I realized that it had been moved so that Mr. Ruse would climb up into the downstage coffin by mistake. What? Mr. Reuse, who was waiting in the understage passage, was supposed to have used the upstage ladder shown here on the left. Wouldn't it be the first time, like the pink chick in Mr. America suit in the first game? Very true. He was to climb up into the coffin that had been set up in the backstage area. After being turned into a stuffed dragon during Act 1, Mr. Reuse was supposed to come back to life and emerge from that coffin, but that luminous tape has been moved to mark the downstage ladder. So the victim climbed up into the coffin on the stage itself by mistake, the very same coffin the accused thrust her sword into. And you have proof that it was my client who moved the tape? But of course, Detective Sky. Oh, that's right. I identified the defendant's fingerprints on the luminous tape. You what? You actually had proof? Well, defense, are you finally ready to let it all go and move on? Absolutely not. Detective, please add the information about the prints on the tape to your discovery. The defendant's prints were on the tape. I guess she must have moved it during the show. Now let's see if the guide is good.
Objection!
Yay! I'm sorry, Detective Sky, but there's a flaw in your testimony. Oh, really? The prosecution is claiming that Miss Wright moved the understage tape during the show in order to guide the victim into the coffin downstage. But it doesn't make sense that she would leave prints on the tape at the time. It doesn't? Please consider the fingerprinting results of the main coffin, which shows that not one of my client's fingerprints were found on or in it. That's true. We didn't find any of her prints on that coffin. I think you've realized what the flaw in your testimony is. Claiming Miss Wright left prints on the tape during the show is inconsistent with the facts. Because she was wearing gloves during the show. Oh! She must have left the prints sometime before the show started. In other words, her prints do not prove she moved the tape to mislead the victim. The prosecution's investigation was insufficient. Oh my! But, on a personal level, I'm very happy about that. Well, Prosecutor Sadmati, if the defense's argument is true, Then you have no evidence the defendant moved the tape to deceive the victim. I see. Apparently the defense is more intelligent than I had thought. More than a stink bug at any rate. Come on, you can bump me up to at least a stag beetle now, can't you? Would that really be any better? Of course, way better. Stag beetles are cool, with those huge mandibles of theirs. If the defense wishes to be promoted to a stag beetle, then answer me this question. Alright, shoot! Even with no evidence that the accused moved the tape to misguide the victim still climbed the ladder, using the tape as a guide, and entered the coffin on the stage. The accused then thrust her sword into said coffin with the victim in it. So what you're saying is, the fact that remains that the victim was stabbed to death, right? Precisely. However, this does drastically change one aspect of the case. If the accused did not lead the victim into the coffin on purpose, then it means the victim's death could have been accidental. If it was indeed an accident, the defense can argue that it was involuntary manslaughter. I see. If it was involuntary manslaughter, then they could plead extenuating circumstances, and the severity of the crime should be mitigated. Defense, if you believe the accused did not murder the victim, then do you argue that it was an accident? This is it, the all-important question. Defense argues that Mr. Ryu's death was... It was a murder. What is it with the Japanese and stag beetles? Good question. I guess stag beetles are awesome in the Japanese lore. I mean, I think they're cool too. The defense maintains that the defendant is entirely innocent. We believe that it wasn't an accident, but murder. And what's more, we believe it was committed by a third party. A third party? As in the true culprit is someone else? That is quite a brazen claim to make, and one wholly without grounds. Your voice is as loud as your suit, and your mind echoes just as loudly in emptiness. Surely you were but a loud red pepper in your previous life. I've been demoted to a vegetable? Wow, I didn't know a person could be reincarnated as a non-sentient plant. Aren't plants sentient, though? They're alive, kind of, but not really. I don't know. In any case, I do have grounds to make this claim. Let us hear this reasoning of yours, then. Alright, but before I give it, there is one question that we need to address. If the victim was killed by some third party, then the sword the defendant thrust into the coffin wasn't the cause of death. If that's the case, how did we wind up with a dead body inside the coffin? Sentient means thinking? Oh, they could be thinking. Plants can be thinking, we just don't know it yet. A very good question. Now let's hear your opinion, Mr. Justice. How did the victim's body wind up inside the coffin? He was killed under stage. I might stick with this guide, guys. That's not too bad, it's just, wordy. What if the victim was killed under the stage before being put into the coffin? In other words, what if the victim was already dead in the coffin from the get-go? Oh, I see. In that case, the defendant's sword, wouldn't have been the cause of death. How do you respond, Prosecutor Senmari? That is the third time. The third time of what? Yeah. What the heck is this? Hern. Ah! Ow, my head! Would he get in trouble for that? What do you think you're doing? Even the merciful Holy Mother loses patience if she is struck 3 times. Since you never learn, you need to be punished. Why don't you let me worry about what I need and don't need? It is what you deserve for interfering with my sacred last rites for the victim. You are a brainless lawyer, chasing phantoms. You know nothing. Let this humble servant of the Holy Mother give you an edifying sermon. A sermon? Now? Same reason Francisca would be? Ah, gotcha. What would the judge even say? Like maybe the beads just did it on their own somehow? Who knows? There is a passage in the sacred scriptures of Quranism. A cornered frog will swallow even a snake. Huh? A cornered lawyer has unexpectedly struck back hard against the prosecution. Did I get it right? No, for I am not done with my sermon. And yet the frog still dies, its belly bitten and torn from within. Just great. And in this case, you are that frog, defense. What exactly is your point, anyway? Let us assume for a moment that the victim was killed under the stage. Who, then, had the opportunity to do so during the show? Let's see. The people in the show were Bonnie DeFam, the victim Mr. Ruse, and Trucy Wright. Bonnie DeFam was on stage throughout the entire show, as easily confirmed by the footage from the show. Which leaves us with only one suspect, Trucy Wright. Now do you see? The accused killed Mr. Ruse as he waited on standby in the understage passage, and then placed his dead body in the coffin above, thus making the murder look like an accident. No! O great and merciful Holy Mother, thus another putrid mind has been guided toward enlightenment. I can't believe I swallowed this trick question hole.
Objection!
Sorry, but I have to raise an objection here. Athena, what are you... There's something I want to point out, Apollo. And who might you be? You strike me as a mere child in countenance. I may be young, but I have an attorney's badge just the same. And you would contribute to this discussion in that capacity? I most certainly would. You just argued that the defendant killed the victim under the stage. But let me remind you that Miss Wright is a girl. Clearly. Surely you didn't raise an objection just to point out such an obvious fact. Your Honor, please send for this little child's guardian to come take her home. But I'm not done with my sermon. You don't need to talk like Prosecutor Sadmati, you know. Listen, if the victim was killed in the understage passage, then his body would have to have been hauled up to the stage, right? However, Miss Wright is a young girl, and a pretty petite one at that. She couldn't possibly have hefted that large body up and put it in the coffin. That's true. It does seem like it would be a rather difficult task for the defendant. I don't think even I could do it. What do you think of that, prosecutor? Who's the child now? In my religion, the priestesses of Quranism are revered as the pillars of our beliefs, so I naturally hold nothing but deep respect for women. I also think highly of the female perspective, says the man who called this fair maiden a little child. Who is a fair maiden? I agree that your point is worth discussing, defense. How indeed was the dead body raised up into the coffin? By the accused Trucy Wright, that is. You're committed to pointing the finger at her no matter what, huh? Then you explain how that even be possible. But of course. Butterfly. There was a way for even a small creature like her to raise the victim's body up. Huh? Wait, you really can't explain it? I foresaw that our arguments would come to this, so I have prepared a witness. Well, well, I admire your readiness, prosecutor. It is really not that difficult when one can read the ultimate outcome of any trial. He couldn't have really predicted that things would turn out like this, could he? It's pretty hard to believe. Excuse me, but may I step down now? Yes, I suppose you may. One moment, Detective Sky. I'm sorry for, the way I handled all of this. You did a fine job, Detective. Your testimony was invaluable. It was? Yes, you serve well as a detective, and did not allow your personal feelings to interfere. You overcame the conflicted emotions you felt and performed your duty admirably. You will be rewarded for your fine work. Oh, thank you. I hope we can work together again in the future. Emma seems bewildered by the unexpected praise. I guess he's a pretty nice person like they say, as long as you're not up against him. Now then, let us call the next witness. There she is. Witness, please state your name and occupation. Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the court. It's very nice to meet all of you. I'm a lagomorphing illusionist from the land of fairy tales, Bonnie DeFam. I can't wait to do some magic tricks for all of you. Please, witness. There is a time and place for all things, including magic. Ah, but it would be okay. It would be okay if I do just a little magic, right? Come on, please. Look, everybody is waiting. Now's my chance to shine. That is your second time. My second time doing what? There will be no further warnings. You should know that from our preparatory meeting, correct? Yeep. Is no one exempt from His Holiness's rosary of suffering? May we have your testimony, witness, once you recovered from your disappointment? Well, as a huge fan of Trucy's, I don't really want to testify against her. But I guess I have to, don't I? As a huge fan of Trucy's, huh? I hate her. I loathe her. I can't stand the Trucy Wright. Just because she's a little good at magic, she thinks she's all that. So this is exactly what that sniveling brat deserves. Sheesh. Sure, you're a real fan, all right. Of destroying Trucy, you mean. I really can't believe that Trucy killed Mr. Ryu's. I guess it's possible for a small girl to lift a dead body up if she used a stage lift. Is it possible? Could Trucy really have... If Trucy did use a stage lift, I think she must have used stage lift too. I was on stage for the entire show, by the way. Gotta add that little bit there. You were on stage the whole time? And you're sure about that? There's no question. The entire audience could testify to that fact. What's more, she is shown clearly in the TV show footage as well. I couldn't possibly have killed Mr. Ryu's, not little old me. Therefore, the only person who could have killed the victim under stage is the accused. Furthermore, by using a stage lift, even a petite young lady could have raised the body up to the stage without difficulty. You've gotta be kidding me. Very well, the defense may now cross-examine the witness. Cross-examine! I really can't believe that Trucy killed Mr. Ryu's. Oh, whoops. I was a small girl.
Hold it!
She's not a bad actress at least. Oh, not a bad actress. Very good. You say you are a huge fan of Trucy's, isn't that right? Oh yes, I even became a magician because I wanted to be just like her. The first time I saw her, she was performing at the Wonder Bar. She was only in junior high back then, but she got up on stage with tons of confidence. And then she proceeded to win my heart with her astonishing tricks and winning smile. She certainly sounds like she means all of that. So finally being able to perform with her must have been quite a treat for you, right? Oh yes, after all, it was my chance to have her see me, not just as a fan, but as a fellow magician. But then that horrible accident happened. It was not an accident. It was murder. Witness, please explain if you would. How a small young woman such as Trucy, Wright, could have raised the body. I guess it's possible for a small girl to lift a dead body up if she used a stage lift.
Hold it!
What makes you think it would be possible? It's not like you tried it out yourself, right? Well, actually, we did try it out for ourselves. You did? Detective Sky, if you would. Oh, so that's why you made me do that. Detective Sky? What did he have you do? The prosecutor asked me to try raising one of the male police officers with the stage lift, without a single word of explanation as to why he was making me do it. You're kidding. It's as if he really can foresee all of our counter-arguments. Do not underestimate this humble servant of the Holy Mother. More like haughty. I guess that means Trucy could have lifted the dead body up. Does that mean... See, I told you this guy was dangerous. Is it possible? Could Trucy really have...
Hold it!
Is what possible? Could Trucy really have what, Mr. Pham? Please finish your sentence. Eek! Well, Don't try to beat around the bush. Come right out and say it. Why not tell this court what you really believe? What I really believe? Of course I don't believe Trucy could ever commit murder. Such an amazing and wonderful magician would never do such a thing. But, taking all the facts into account, what else can I think? I know of at least 3 other unflattering things you really think about Trucy. How can you attack this girl when she is obviously speaking with reserve? There is such a thing as reading between the lines, Mr. Justice. It's sad how the youth of today lack the ability to do such a basic thing. Hey, Rusty. What happened to Phoenix? He is in Karatin right now. He's somewhere else. We're on Apollo now. But how are you? Looking at me like that isn't going to help me stick my foot in my mouth, less, Your Honor. Witness, please describe what the accused might have used to lift the dead body. All right. If Trucy did use a stage lift, I think she must have used stage lift too. Stage lift 2? You mean the stage lift shown here on the left? Hey, it's good myself. Hope you're doing good. I am awesome. Well and awesome. That's right. And I'm glad you're doing awesome too, Krusty. That's right, with a stage lift. I think even a small girl could easily lift a dead body up to the stage. And so that makes her the murderer, in your opinion? Of course not. I believe in Trucy. Like I said, I'm a huge fan of hers. Oh, brother. How long is she gonna keep this act up? Defense, what position was stage lift 2 in after the show? Let's see. If I recall, it was in the fully raised position. Ah! And the reason why it was fully raised is because the accused used it to lift the victim's body. Wouldn't you agree? Nah. Feel free to slowly mull it over while you roast over the flames of hell, you evil red pepper. So now I'm also evil. Alright, I'll press one more thing. I was on stage for the entire show, by the way.
Hold it!
You didn't have a single spare moment to slip down to the understage passage? Huh? Don't tell me you suspect me now. I'm just trying to do my job by fully examining your alibi. Depending on how solid it is, I might have to suspect you, yes. You gotta be kidding me. Don't spit on my head and tell me it's raining, lawyer boy. I'm right here in the footage, or are you too much of an idiot to see? Huh? Mr. Pham, are you feeling alright? You seem suddenly different. Oh, oops, where did that come from, right? Oh my, I seemed to have snapped there for a second there, didn't I? Tee-hee. You didn't just snap, you broke character just now. In any case, I was on stage the whole time, performing magic. I mean, you saw me in the footage, right? My dazzling and flawless performance. Flawless? That's odd, considering what you told me. You said that you'd made a mistake with the way you positioned Mr. Hat. Nah. Mr. Pham, to what is the defense referring? Well, I made a little mistake on stage. I was in charge of operating Mr. Hat, you see. According to the script, I was supposed to place him in the left of the coffin. But I flubbed it up and I made him stand to the right of the coffin instead. And because of that mistake, Trucy had to move the stage lift around. I feel really bad about messing Trucy up like that with my goof. Tee-hee. Darn it. I don't see any inconsistencies in her testimony. Oh, guess that's it then, guys. Case over. Well, I think I'm gonna end the stream right here, guys. Next time we play this game, we'll get farther in Case 2, and we'll see who the real murderer is. But, yeah, more Skyrim tomorrow and more Tuhu, so look forward to that. But thank you all for coming. Hope you have a lovely night, and I will see all of you on Friday. Bye-bye!